What? Is he messing with me? Or what?
Hey, Maddads, can you hear me? All right.
What up, guys? It's your boy UAG back in the building for another episode of the Weekly Retro Party. So what's going on, guys? What's going on? It's OTG and Maddads. What's up?
I'm so confused, dude. I don't know if you thought you were doing an intro or what, but we were just here being live like for a few minutes. Like you can even see in the comment section, dude. We can see you all. I was like, what the hell are you doing, UAG?
Man, there was a video playing.
No, there wasn't.
Yes, there was, bro. Yeah. What are you telling me?
Look, because go live and you can retract what you saw.
I don't know, man. I don't know what to tell you, bro.
Hey, you see, look at Retro Rob. You guys were just chilling there for a minute watching nothing. I told you. I was like, what the hell's going on?
Listen, maybe that's pre-production. Like, you know how when you watch the show and sometimes they pretend like they're off air, but they're really on air and they let you see behind the curtain.
You thought a video was playing, man.
Man. I'm just saying. Nah, it was supposed to be an intro video. It was. Let me play it right now because I put a lot of production in it. I'm upset that it didn't play. I'm upset that it didn't play. That's enough of that damn bullshit. I love the song though. The song is fire, right?
Fire, dude. I was jamming out.
Right? Listen, dude. That's gonna be my new shit when I hit the gym or I get on the bike or something.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying.
We still gonna act like that didn't happen. That we were just there still.
Listen, that didn't happen. That didn't happen. I don't know what you're talking about.
I was like, what's up?
Listen, I don't know. I'm dead serious. The video played. I'm like this. Okay. That's all right. That's right. Then we come back and I'm seeing no, it's not playing. But anyway, guys, that's a cover band of Kate Bush's song. So I'm loving it. It's crazy how a show can bring life back to art, right? Now that song is on the charts and shit. Like it didn't just come out 30 years ago. Anyway, we have a special one for you guys. We like to throw curveballs on the show, and we always trying to do something. We're trendsetters. We're trying to do different stuff from other people. So we have two young ladies who are in the scene of retro gaming, and I want to get their perspective on the hobby and stuff like that. Think of it, coming from their point of view. So without further ado, let's bring on these two young ladies. You know one of them quite well. She's in everybody's chats, always talking, has some good content, always doing different things. Let's bring on Raya. What's up, Raya? How you doing?
What's
she
up?
got on the shades and everything.
Yeah, I got my stunner shades on. Sorry, I'm nervous. I'm on a real podcast now.
No, nervous. You with friends. Everybody in this chat you probably know, and they know you. So there you go. And then we have a young lady here who is, in the retro gaming scene. OTG knows her quite well. She, some people might say she's a little bit controversial. So she's under, I feel like we're brothers and sisters, right? You know what I'm saying? So let's bring on Saggy Melon. What's going on?
Saggy.
What's up? What's up? I got my doggy on my lap, so just so y'all know.
It's okay. It's okay. So what's going on, guys? How's your week been so far? We made it to Wednesday, and we're here to it's like the pregame to the weekend, baby.
Yeah, you talking to all of us or what? Because my week, the past week, like whenever it was, I don't remember, for like a whole week straight, Steam Deck, dude. That I'm addicted to that thing. That's it. That's all I've been doing. UAG is doing what we do on YouTube, what shows we have, and then Steam Deck. Like I'm tired of it, but I love it. I can't stop playing it. I'm addicted.
Listen, I'm an insult to this because I got a Steam Deck for a couple of months now, and you did more in your Steam Deck in a week than I've done this whole time owning this shit.
Dude, I want to make my channel with a lot of videos on it. I think that's what I'm gonna move to the main channel. Not make it a Steam Deck channel, but definitely I'm inspired right now to do some Steam Deck content. So we'll see.
Yeah, I seen whatchamacallit, where's Django making jokes? He says the stills from the Steam Deck is the most action my Steam Deck has gotten. So whatchamacallit, Raya, you got your Steam Deck, right? Pretty recently, right?
I didn't get one yet. I just had a podcast where I talked to some of the fellas about their thoughts on it, and I had Mike on, who's still waiting for his to fulfill, and it was interesting getting his take while he's actually waiting for his, and what his thoughts were on the reviews and stuff. So I feel like I learned a lot, and I'm still like trying to get one. I just don't know when or if they're going to be available for public purchase. Yeah,
it's a hot commodity, right? But they've been upping their production, and so I'm thinking that everybody who wants one will get one soon. Hopefully, they'll be able to sell them in stores. I don't know if their products have sold in the store before.
I don't
OTG?
think they will, dude.
No,
That's
right?
Steam.
Saggy, are you interested in getting one of those?
No.
No? Well,
I'm not a PC gamer, and that Steam Deck is more for PC gamers.
Nah, see it's so much potential in that mofo. Like it could be a Nintendo Switch, it could be anything. It's an emulation monster, and like with the easy controls of it, you wouldn't even think that it's a PC the way they got it, right? OTG?
Yeah, it has a kind of the thing is it's made to kind of for console gamers to come on real easy because there is a store that will kind of guide you, like, is this game playable or whatever. It's designed, I believe, to bring console gamers and turn them into PC gamers at the same time, get people using Linux to get away from Windows. And I think every console gamer should check this out because when you buy games on Steam, they follow you. Just because the next console, a new generation comes up, you don't got to buy like an extra, your whole library comes with you. You have to say, so it's awesome. That's why I love PC gaming. But I'm addicted to it. UAGs just collects dust. It's just me, maybe.
First of all, stop the hate. Right? I'm gonna get some usage out of it. I'm bringing it to Vegas, so you're gonna hook it up because I'm naive and stupid when it comes.
A lot of that stuff takes a lot of time, but I'll try to hook up what I can.
But that's the thing, though. Like the Steam Deck is not to cut across you, but because I was just thinking, I'm like, the Steam Deck was kind of sold, like in my opinion, when I first heard about it, like it was mainly like a PC handheld. So that's why I was like put off of it because I'm not a PC gamer at all. So when it was sold, in my opinion, when I first heard of it, it was like, yeah, no, it's gonna be like a handheld PC. Because I basically asked for it, I'm like, it's basically a laptop, but in a handheld form. They're like, yeah. I was like, yeah, I'm good.
But girl, let me just I'm sorry, UAG. I feel like I need to speak up because like in my heart, I know that this thing is more than just like a handheld PC. Like I was already sold on it being like a mobile way for me to play GameCube games, Wii games, and I know that might not be like everyone's cup of tea and all that, or even like being able to play like PS2 games, PS3 games, like. The possibilities are basically endless. And although like, it is technically what you can do on a laptop, the portability aspect of it and the ability for you to just, stream from it as well. Like, I don't know. You can do that with the laptop, but it's the ergonomic factor for me that makes it appealing. And yeah, I don't know. For like over a year, we've been trying to sell Saggy on the Nintendo Switch, for example. And for me, the Steam Deck is a reminder of why I love the Switch. So it's not too surprising why she's not down with the Steam Deck. But I'm just like, God, I wish I could sell you on it.
I don't like the Switch controllers. I hate the Joy-Cons. I hate touching them. I hate the way they feel. I hate the way they look. And everyone's like, oh, but Saggy, they have Pro controllers.
Yes,
okay, cool.
But right here.
Right, but I'm saying, why can't that just be a default for the controller for the console? Why do I gotta get a separate controller just to play a freaking console? Like, that angers me. Like, that's like a PlayStation came out with a controller I don't like, and I have to buy another controller I like just to play my PlayStation. That's so annoying.
I'm out.
I think it's a Switch though. I think they try to sell to like the handheld market, and then like you could turn it to a console, and that's when they make more money by selling their Pro controller. Because when it came out, what was a Pro controller, like $70? I was like,
yeah,
it was kind of expensive, and I was like, dang, that's Nintendo here being brave, like putting their controllers so high. And then, but honestly, I like the Pro controller for the Switch. When the Switch came out, I was really excited, and that's a good controller. Some people don't like the D-pad, and if they don't, there's the third-party ones, which, man, I usually have them here. The 8-bit those are awesome for Switch.
I got a question for you.
Well, you use any controller PC.
OTG. One of the things that I had a fear of was that this thing is going to be too big and it's going to feel awkward in the hands when playing. Yes. And I'm so surprised in how comfortable it is to play it, and Saggy, I'm telling you this. Yeah, the Joy-Cons, they don't do this. Like, this is different. It just feels better. Like the buttons, the size of it, everything is just. And you would think that you would struggle to reach a button. You're not, and I think
I'm
you're
dying
gonna love
because I'm like, we've been trying to sell her on one. We literally offered to mail her one free of charge, like no strings attached.
God damn it! She said no.
Community. Yes.
You said
no. It would sit there with all the games she could want, with all the games that she could want. Mario Kart, the works.
Saggy, I'm telling you right now. I'm going to tell you this. I'm notorious. Like, I'm bad in the community. Like, I'll have tons of shit that has dust on it. Like, my Switch got dust. I got games that got dust. But I made a promise to OTG that I'm gonna do as much as I can with this deck. And I've been playing Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Shredder's Revenge on it, and it's good. Now, just real quick, there's questions on here about the deck, the docking station. There's still no word on it as of yet. There are some alternatives for it, but to be honest with you, at the amount of money that I spent for this the deck, I don't want to use a third party because if something fucks up with it, and
you can remember, it's just a PC. Yourself. Like it's not like Nintendo where they're gonna have.
I don't give a fuck.
like Nintendo had that USB-C connector, but they're using different voltage. This is just a PC. I don't think there's anything to be afraid of, like using third party. So I ordered the third party. I think it's JSOX, I think is the one. I think that's how you pronounce it. Is making the dock for it. Well, they made the first one. They already made a second revision because people weren't happy with the speed of the Ethernet. So now they got it at a gig, I think, and it's right now it's in shipment. So hopefully I'll be receiving it soon. I'll do an honest review on it, UAG, and I'll sell you on it, man. It's only right now the upgraded one, $50 for the dock. It's not bad.
It's not bad. It's not bad at all.
I have to defend myself because listen, okay, I turned down a free Nintendo Switch because for me personally, like I loved Nintendo. I loved my GameCube. I loved my 3DS. But like when the Switch came out, cool, there weren't many games on the Nintendo Switch that were exclusive enough for me to like go out and buy it. Like in the games I currently like to play right now, I know they have it on the Switch, but it sucks on the Switch because they're first-person shooters, and it's really trapped on the Switch. So like, why? I'm not gonna have somebody give me something that's just gonna sit there and collect dust because I'm busy playing the games I like on other consoles that work better for it. So for the record, that's just what it is.
I gotta ask you this, Saggy. Is it because like I'm not sure what type of games you play, but like if they are translated to the Switch, like it's not for you. You're more like a console gamer with like with the pretty graphics, and you don't want to take a step down towards the Switch. I know some of my friends are like that.
No.
They're like, it has nothing to do with that.
No, graphics don't, like, for me, graphics don't have much to do with it. Because if you think about it, we're talking about retro games, right? If you look at the retro games back in the day, the graphics weren't all that great. They're pixelated, but some people like that art style.
All right.
It's not about the graphics, it's about the gameplay. And for some reason, like, I don't know what it is with the Nintendo Switch specifically, but, like, I play games where now they introduce cross-platform with Nintendo Switch, and everyone who tries to play those games on a Nintendo Switch are ass. And like they said, it's because the controls are ass. And I'm like, are you playing on a Joy-Con or are you playing on a Pro Controller? They're like, I'm playing on both, and they're both ass. I don't know why the game mechanics on Switch are so ass that you can't even play a first-person shooter.
It probably is the frames per second on the Switch. They're probably going at 30 frames per second, and that's going to be a big issue there, right?
You know what? I don't think it's that. There's something about it, like on Switch for real, dude. All right, the Pro controllers, if you try to play a first-person shooter, there's not many of them, but if you try any game, it feels kind of weird, dude. So what I did is I ended up the third-party 8-bit, those felt weird too. So I have an adapter, a Brooks adapter. I put a PS4 controller, which I'm used to playing most of my first-person shooters, or back when I used to play them all the time with the PS4, and it doesn't feel right on Switch, dude. I thought it was just me, and now I'm hearing Saggy say that. I don't know anyone else that's played a first-person shooter on Switch, so
I'm going to say
it feels weird.
There's certain, tools of the trade. Like if you're going to play a Mario game, you're going to play it on the Switch, right? If you're going to play a shooting game, more than likely you're going to probably get it on the Xbox or the PlayStation 5. It really depends. I think there's certain lanes for certain consoles, and it just seems the way it is. So if you're like a first-person shooter, I probably wouldn't play it on the Switch. I would stay away from it.
And those are the games I'm like really, really big into right now. Is a lot of shooters. So yeah, it's not gonna work on the Switch, man. I'm telling you. Listen, y'all on the Switch though, keep playing my games on the Switch because y'all are easy kills. And I need to rank up this.
That's
what's your game? What's your game?
I gotta go with you on this though, because I was about to do a review on the Steam Deck. And after doing my little thing going through, I had everything kind of already done. And I'm sorry, I had to donate mine. I had to donate mine to somebody else.
Don't donate.
It's gone.
Donate.
I'm just saying it's gone. I'm just saying it's gone. I had to donate it to somebody else.
Are you crazy?
Games that I had. No, I'm serious. The games, when I went through, my son was trying to play some of the games. It didn't work. And then I was trying to do most of the other stuff. It didn't work. It was laggy. And I mean, it was just ridiculous.
Dude, you're the first person that I hear that says it's laggy.
No, I'm just saying. I'm serious, man. Like,
what games were you trying to play on it?
I was playing everything, man. Like even the old stuff, like the Mortal Kombat, the old Mortal Kombat. I was playing all this other stuff, and I
what I think it is.
Like I have it in the video.
OTG, I think it's user error.
Dude, I loved it. I love my experience.
But hey, you know how I am about stuff.
I know you love games, but I'm just saying, you're the first person I heard.
I didn't like the Steam. I had to give it up, man.
OTG, answer this question because you played with it long enough to know about the battery life.
How's the battery life? It's not that bad. If you play like a hardcore game though, it's gonna definitely drain it. But if you play like a bunch of like retro older games, you'll be there like 5-6 hours or whatever. But I mean, I'm usually next to a plug-in. I don't play no 3 hours straight. But the other night I did, and I just plugged it back in, and it was fine. But you know what? Going back to the Nintendo, because I wanted to ask Raya this before I forget. Because I want to try and convince Saggy to get a Switch, but I don't think I will if they offered her one for free. But there's one game that we were talking about last night, and UAG doesn't care about it. I think I'm the only person that likes it, but it's Splatoon on the Switch. Are you into that game, Raya, at all, or no?
I haven't gotten into it yet.
Oh, it's so good.
I know 3 is coming out. Out.
You played it? Did you like it?
Splatoon. I thought it was pretty fun. It was a fun little shooter, and it was not bad. I mean, I did have fun playing Splatoon.
Yeah, it's so different.
I just gotta say one thing really quick. Welcome to Die. You cannot say that the Switch is better than a deck if you ain't got a deck. So get in line, brother. Get in line.
And you know what? If Welcome to Die had the deck, that would be better than the PC he plays with every Saturday night.
Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that.
This last one.
Don't come for my guy. Don't come for my guy.
I mean, hold on. I was gonna say this. I have to agree with the panel. Like, from what I know of the Steam Deck, first of all, the price seems a little bit more like reasonable for what it does, and it's basically a handheld. I know y'all hate me saying it, but it's still a handheld computer. And it can do so much.
But you know what? You know why the Stream Deck is so awesome? And I'm going to say this about probably every product that I really like is the community that's around it. Like the Steam Deck community, the shit that they've discovered in it and the things that you could do with it is endless. And that's like the same thing with like the Mistress, same thing with the Retro Pi, the same thing with like a Legends Ultimate. It's the communities that really put it on another level. Saggy, I got a question for you. Since you're not a you don't like the Steam Deck, you don't like the Nintendo Switch. What's your favorite system right now, currently, and what's your favorite system of all time?
My favorite system currently is my PlayStation 5. And my all-time favorite gaming console. Oh, that's so tough because it's like literally between my Sega Genesis, but I really did love my GameCube, and the GameCube had a lot of good remake games like Metal Gear Solid. They remade that, and Resident Evil, the original, they remade that. So I think I'd have to say my all-time gaming console that I ever had was my GameCube. I loved my GameCube.
You're speaking about GameCube. I love GameCube. But that's one thing about the Switch's power. Like I modded mine and I wanted to play GameCube games. I thought you could on the Switch, but it's not powerful enough. The Steam Deck, you can put all your GameCube games and not worry. But I have my GameCube modded, my the original. I'm not sure if you've done I forgot what it's called. I did it on my channel. But if you like GameCube games, I think you should mod it to like put in all the games because they're expensive. Have you guys seen the prices on GameCube games? Is ridiculous.
Hell yeah! Like to your point about the Switch not being powerful enough. When I was looking up toots on like how to mod my 2017 Switch, I was like, oh, I got to install Linux. I got to do all this and that. Whereas with like playing up into the Dreamcast era, like all I have to do is a soft mod with like a slight little hardware thing that I have to do. So I was like, let me just do that, and then I'll get a Steam Deck maybe in like a couple years once they're available online for purchase. So yeah, I'm not trying to like do all this like Linux installation stuff and then like eventually like then end up with a bricked Switch,
Yeah, it's gotten easier, but it's still there was a guy named Better Gaming. That's the tutorials I followed. But yeah, if you do have one of the original old Switches, I suggest anyone mod it because like with modern consoles, they don't get like broken into like the Switch did so fast. So you could actually download more modern games. Like you could download the Turtles, Streets of Rage. You could do all that on their tin shop. But they
hell yeah, I do that tinfoil. Yeah,
tinfoil, that's what it's called.
Not to like talk like explicitly about where to find these things, but yeah.
Yeah. The only thing that sucks when you mod it though is that you need to inject the payload every time that battery runs out. So as long as you keep the battery going, you're good.
I got two questions for you guys.
I stick with my Vita, man. Vita got it all modded up. It's tight. So I'm just saying, I'll just stick with that.
What was that, Maddads? I'm sorry, I didn't catch that. The what?
I said I just stick with my Vita, man. Y'all can.
Oh, the
y'all can
Vita's
have this
great,
thing.
man. I love
Y'all
the
can have this
Vita.
thing. It can play whatever, man, and then you can stream it to the.
And
can
you
still
got
do everything.
basically a OLED screen before that shit was even popping.
Yeah, it's like I said.
Do any of y'all have
Saggy? I just
the PS TV?
Hell no. Who wants that shit?
used to.
Oh,
Hey, when you can mod it, dude.
Yeah,
the one that you stick the Vita cards into. Yeah, exactly. It's,
I didn't know
worth
that.
a fortune. Well, like a small fortune anyway now.
Yeah.
I should have
Yeah.
kept that mug.
So okay, so I got a question for you, for both you young ladies,
Yeah.
because I don't know if you saw this short that OTG did a couple of months ago, maybe even half a year ago. He did a short that he was pretending that he was having a young lady over, and they saw his arcade, and they made an excuse that they had to leave and left his ass there, right?
Hey, I wonder if I can find it.
Please, if you have it, please show
has
it.
it?
So the question I have for you guys, even though you are in gaming, right? If you went over to a gentleman's house and they had like a freaking little arcade with these little bullshit, these ain't real arcades, but these are the closest thing that we're gonna get to them, right? If you came into this dude's house and he had a tons of these, are you looking at him like, this motherfucker, I gotta go because he's just too nerdy for me, and this is not for me. That's the question. That's the question I have for you guys. What is it? Is that too much? Is there a limit where, like, he got too many toys, he got too many Funko Pops, he got too many like little arcades. Is there a limit to that? Inquiring minds would like to know.
Ray, go first.
Oh, fuck.
You want me to go first? I'll go first if you want me to go first.
I want honesty. I want Saggy Melon's honesty.
Listen,
Precious.
no hold back. Do not hold
Don't
back.
hold back.
Because
Cardboard toys, whatever.
Some of us probably need a dose of reality. Like, if you're trying to get with a young lady, you may have to pack some of this shit away, or at least hide it from them until you got them.
Hey,
like,
It might be different though. It might be different if they're gamers though, man.
That's what I want to know. That's what I want to know.
So it depends, because personally for me, like, I like that my partner is into games. However, I'm very competitive. So, like, is this a video?
Yeah, let's play it so you can
share it with audio, right? I forgot. Sorry.
Oh, hold on. So take it away and then reshare it, you fuckface.
What do you do to YouTube? What do you do to hi? I'm on the screen. I have a dog. Hold on, I have a doggy.
All right, it's probably gonna echo.
Doggerino.
Okay, let's try this again.
This is the chick. Hey, girl, come on in. Oh, is this where you live? Yeah. Just go inside. I need to use the restroom. Oh, just hang it right to the right. Oh, I see you got yourself a little bachelor pad. No, it's nice. It's cute. To the right. Yeah, to the right. I just remembered. I gotta go. My son tomorrow has soccer practice. No. I'll drop you off. No, I totally forgot the babysitter. I'll text you later when I get home. All right, so that's basically what I think we look like. But
oh man,
yeah, Saggy, let us know.
Okay, so, like, real talk, like, it's cool, I guess, that guys have a hobby, and they, like, as long as a girl's a gamer, like, I don't think she'd run away. If she's not, she might think that's too nerdy, but, like, at the same time, if a girl knows how much money goes into getting those arcade systems, she might be a little bit of a gold digger. So, I mean, it really depends on what kind of chick you're bringing home.
But, like, I think a chick that doesn't know
your answer, though, not someone else's hypothetical answer.
We want to know you. We want to know you. If you came to OTG's house, you saw all them damn cabinets, right? And then you seen a collection of like all the video game systems that he got, and then he got nothing but Funko Pops and shit, and all those games. What you gonna? What is your next move? Are you like, okay, I'm gonna keep on riding, or I'm like, yeah, this is the first and last time.
I mean, I would be like, let's play some games, but just keep in mind, I'm gonna beat that ass, and then most of our arguments moving forward is gonna be us arguing over video games. So that's gonna be most of our arguments. You want to date me and you want to be a gamer? We're fighting over video games all day, bro. You want to compete with me? I'm gonna whoop that ass. And if you beat me, I'm gonna be mad at you, bro. Stop beating me. Why are you cheating? Why are you using the same freeze move as Sub-Zero?
So you're telling me that there are unicorns in this world?
No, women. Listen, women. Yes, women are gamers. But like, let me tell you right now, y'all men, I don't care. When you were playing Mortal Kombat, stop picking Sub-Zero, Scorpion, you bitches. Those are some bitch-ass characters, bro, and I'm so tired of it. Y'all be spamming the same goddamn moves all the time. I'm tired of it.
Hold on, that's the only 2 moves they got.
We've been doing that.
What are you talking about?
Bro, I don't care. Sub-Zero and Scorpion is cheap as hell. Y'all be spamming the same ass moves. I'm sitting there trying to freaking do shit. No, it ain't about that good. You get good stuff using Sub-Zero, Scorpion using
I gotta use sub. I'm sorry. I'm using
sub. I hate it, bro.
Okay,
I hate it. Freeze me an uppercut, bro. That's all.
I would freeze and then
you must have played OTG online or something, because that sound like OTG. OTG will spam the hell out of a move if it works, and he will do it over and over.
That's him. He's describing. I mean, so that's UAG. He's describing himself.
Are you kidding me? People in the chat. People in the chat. Let me know. Let me just read this super chat real quick of Console Fanboy. He said, UAG, you can't say anything bad about Splatoon because you never played it. It's a 4-on-4 online, insane action, all weird weapons. Can't wait for. You know what? You are absolutely right. I cannot say it. It just looks childish to me, but I cannot knock it until I try it. So that is a valid argument.
Hey, you got another super chat for Console Fanboy. So it's a good question, man.
Wait a minute. I have one more. Do I have one more from him? No. Wait a minute. Let me go in order first.
Oh, I
want people to stab me.
Oh yeah.
We got a $5 super chat from Zod himself. Saggy and Raya are super dope. Pow! I never had any problem. Women love arcades. Listen, you lying? You must listen. Everybody ain't Saggy. Again, that's a unicorn. That's a unicorn. Let's hear from Raya. Like, okay, you're a hardcore game. I see your collection. I see the things that you're doing. Right? If you went into a room, the OTG room,
where it looks like a kid's room.
It looks like a kid's room. He got stuffies of Super Mario and shit. Yeah,
I don't have that, but if
no. It's no if. Reimagine CU podcast. Fucking Pat podcast and NES. That's basically Pat's room is OTG's room. Right. Real life. He doesn't want to show us it, but it looks exactly like that. If you stepped into a room like that, what are you thinking?
Wait, does he got the arcade cabinets like in Saggy's example or not?
Yep, he got everything. The arcade cabinets. He got like his bed mattress, like his blanket. His blanket is Super Nintendo. The Super Nintendo. He got that.
Oh man, I'm busting it open on the Super Nintendo bed. What are you talking about?
We found 2 unicorns. I can't believe it.
Everybody, right now, go get Super Mario.
In real life, though, I think a lot of the girls that I've met, because I'm not that crazy. Like, I don't have a Mario bedroom. I'm real I try to be discreet with it, but no girl has come and seen these arcades, and I'm more afraid of them. I'm like, I don't want to invite like people over, and it's like it's not. It hasn't stopped me yet. Haven't been put in that situation, but I'm afraid the arcades might be killing it. But if not, I like what Saggy said, that arcade money earlier. I was like, hey, but she's a unicorn though. Most girls are.
You don't know.
All right, so y'all know Ralph, of course, and his wife. I think he has an example that she said it went too far when he sat down on the racer because it looked like a little toy, So I don't know. It's just something that could be. I think that I joke around a lot about, but you are different though.
Console Fanboy has a $2 super chat specifically for Saggy Melon. He said, "What if you have a bunch of MK statues everywhere? What then?" I don't know if he's talking about himself. I think it's a personal question. I think it's a personal question. So he says that he has a bunch of statues
I mean, like cool. That's awesome. I ain't got nothing against people collecting stuff. Like I said, and these things, like if people actually, like if women actually understand how much money some of these things are, they'd be like, damn, you got a lot of money. Hopefully you're gonna spend that on me and not some other statue. I'll dress up as Melina for you, baby. Let's go.
Oh, wait a minute. Listen, I want y'all to know that y'all better take some notes. Y'all better take some notes. This is life lessons that you're learning right here. And also, my brother from another mother, Retro Ralph, says OTG got plushes for days.
No, dude, he knows I made fun of people on my old channel.
Excuse me.
The old OTG content.
First of all, Retro Ralph would not lie. He would not spend $2 to tell us.
He'd be like, Saggy, you got some friends? Because you talking about that, people that like that type of stuff.
Real quick. I want to tie this together to some of the stuff that we talk on this channel.
You got a Teddy Repskin?
No, it's a Snuggle Bear, and it's for our show.
I remember that you were looking into getting into the home arcade, Raya, right?
Yes.
And so you had us on, and we talked about iArcade, we talked about ad games, we talked about Arcade 1-Up. I know that you watch all our shows, so you know the big news right now is Blitz, right?
Yeah.
And so the question that the community is going on and is if Blitz doesn't have late hits, would it matter? Would it affect you making that purchase? And real quick, before I even go into that, I like to snoop. I'm a snooper. That's what we do on YouTube. Like I see Saggy always talking about Andy's ass, because people don't know that I'm a big film buff. So I know about Andy. He be talking mad shit about my guy John Campia. And so I'll be following him. So I'll be watching you throwing shade at him. It makes me laugh. I'll be cracking the fuck up. But I don't know how I got into that. I don't even know where I was going with that.
Oh, you're asking about Blitz.
That's a random segue, right?
I don't even know how I got into that lane.
I think we know why the show started with us staring, because UAG's running the show. But as far as Blitz with the late hits, all right. So Saggy, I'm not sure if you played the arcade version. I know this thing's to Raya, but I want to give her a background in case. Have you played the Blitz game, Saggy? The football game? Before? Are you aware about it? Because you're younger than us.
Football game?
Yeah, it's a football game, like arcade style.
Yeah, I remember like the original, like way back when, because I have a lot of cousins. They all played the sports games. That was the thing, because they all played sports, so they all were big into the sports games back then. So yeah, I played those back then.
Saggy, real quick. I'm sorry. Where are you from? Because you sounded like you were like an old lady from Long Island. Where are you from?
What do you mean? It sounded New York.
Where are you from? Boston. Okay. I hear some Easterner out of you. I'm like this. You sounded like an old lady from fucking Long Island talking about that. So no offense to that. I'm just saying that's how it sounds. But I wanted to give you. So this is what I was going to say. I see you snooping, looking at shit that Andy be posting stuff. So I do similar shit like that. I'll be looking at John D, because he be throwing hints all the time. So we already know the best, the unkept secret is that Blitz is coming. Everybody knows that. But if you wanted some more insight on it, right? Let's just go right here. Like he's posting stuff about Blitz and shit, like not Blitz per se, but arcade 1-Up stuff. They sent him a care package, and then the 49ers, I think, because they sent him a bunch of shit there. So I think he's throwing some information about possibly Blitz coming. They gave him a letter saying thank you for all the success. Congratulations on all the success for Arcade 1-Up and Tastemakers and stuff like that. So I wonder if that's like if he's trying to show us that Blitz is coming more so, or maybe he got a job offer with NFL. What if that happened? OTG. Do you think? I mean, he already done everything. If he lands Blitz, right? He lands freaking Marvel versus Capcom 2. He could ride into the sunset. What's his next move? Maybe he could do licensing for them.
Yeah, I definitely don't know, but I think it's no secret that it's already been leaked and stuff like that. That Blitz and MVC2 and Time Crisis, those are big titles. And if you're talking about Johnny, right?
Yeah,
John D. Dude, I don't know what to do. I know that MVC2 is like impossible. I would have never.
That's the one that everybody said that's not going to happen.
Yeah, so I don't know what to do after this, dude. I mean, you could keep trying to get bigger, but it's like, damn, dude, like, is it retirement season? I don't know, dude. It just seems like that's crazy.
I know that was a little odd. I just thought about that. Like when I was looking at that, I'm like, either he can be talking about Blitz or maybe he's getting wine and dine from the NFL. Dude. Imagine, because he that's his favorite team and stuff like that. I mean, that's why I thought if anybody who can make this deal go through is Johnny. Like he's a licensor. He talks smooth and shit like that to get it done, and he got it done. I think he got it done. But with that being said, I want to know from you, young ladies. You said you had cousins playing that. If they don't have the hits, would that still entice you? Would you still want to play it? I'm going from a woman's perspective because for a guy, probably like there's a bunch of guys that are like, shit, if it don't got hits, I don't give a fuck.
You see, what he's talking about just is not regular hits. In case the late hits after the play's over, you can leg drop them for a few seconds. You get a couple of, like, you can press buttons like to laugh at your friend, like do leg drops and all this. And the fact that if NFL decided like, okay, we'll have a whole football game, just cut out the last couple of seconds of that, you still get the full game, full experience, and full gameplay fun. Do you see a problem with that? Is that what you're asking, UAG?
Yeah. I'm asking the ladies' perspective. If they don't have that, but the game is still exactly the same, minus that, would that affect your purchasing power?
So like, okay, I mean, I know I said I played it with the cousins. I never said I was good at it. Okay, so like, probably not because I suck at sports.
Don't worry, half of these people like Rainwater, he probably never played NFL Blitz in his life, but it's a possibility that he might buy it. You know, and he's a dude, just like you. You know, you played it. You may not be great at it, but would it affect you?
I hate sports games. I'm like, listen, when I have a Nintendo Classic. And we had Tecmo Bowl. We were playing that, and I even suck at that game. And that game, I'm like, bro, I
oh, so you like OTG? You like OTG then?
I suck at sports games. I can't do it. If they come out Blitz, I'm
Saggy, like, I thought you was the perfect person. You almost had me. I thought you was the unicorn. But the sports game,
playing 2K and Madden or what?
Not that, but like I'm just saying, like
basketball games I can do. Basketball games I can play. Football games I suck at so bad.
Okay, but what you watch? But what you watch the game like on television? Would you watch it?
I watched the Super Bowl. I watched the Super Bowl. I will watch the games.
All right, is your goal, Raya? Your shot. Shoot your shot. Tell me whether or not it would make your purchase, and or if you don't like sports games, you can rip my heart out and tell me that too.
To be honest, I'm not big on sports games either. But I guess like an analogy that may or may not apply here is like if I got like an MK2 cab and they censored the fatalities from it or they censored the blood, I would be mad as hell. Like I would be like the folks in the chat, like like threatening to boycott the company for even thinking about releasing something like that. So I don't know if it's like apples to oranges, but y'all tell me. Like that's how I see the situation,
She said it's like the Super Nintendo version of Mortal Kombat.
You're coming to a point. Let me just read this super chat because someone's saying that I'm being disrespectful. They said someone should slap UJ for calling Melons an old lady. Talk about disrespectful. But she is super hype for NFL Blitz. Let's go. First of all, Saggy, if I've disrespected you in any way, you can slap OTG. I apologize.
You know what? I want to speak real quick on this. I've been playing all the old games on my Steam Deck, so I just got them courtesy of a Killer Arcade Games. I asked them like to pinpoint me in the right direction where to get the right ROMs and CHDs. But anyways, so I've been playing it, enjoying it. The hype is there. But I've been thinking, like, if 1UP comes out with this cabinet a little later in the year, am I gonna be excited that, or is it going to bother me if they take out these late hits? Yesterday I was saying yes, but after talking over and over with UAG, it's like, dude, that's what I remember as a kid. To me, I don't like censorship. I don't like the fact that the NFL, but it's what they have to do. It's not Arcade 1-Up's fault. So I started thinking about it. You'll still get the gameplay. You'll still get the fun. You'll still be able to talk trash. It's just afterwards, after the play, like for those 3 seconds, you can't press buttons and like do like those funny moves, like a Hulk Hogan leg drop or something, or like if they cut out any violence, would it bother me at first? I was like, yes, because that was the game of my childhood. Don't change it. But I understand the times have changed, and it's like the game will still be fun. I was thinking about this. What arcade football game is even fun out there besides Blitz? Blitz is the only one. I was talking to Jago about this. So I think I personally would buy it, but I guess what UAG is trying to like say, like with censorship like that in a game, would it even matter to you? Because but I don't think it would matter to them, UAG, because they're not into Blitz like we are. Yeah, we have this nostalgia to them. It's just like a game. This is
it's just a game. Like, but Raya made a valid point. Like, it would be in some sense like Mortal Kombat being censored without the fatality. Like,
dude, remember that time?
You remember how they did Mortal Kombat and DC, and that's a game that one's violent. But they said if you're going to use our DC characters, you can't show blood. You can't show fatalities. So they made a compromise, and they did a lot of violence off the screen, and you just had to imagine it.
Yeah, I remember that.
So, I guess in certain ways there's going to be limitations. Just concessions.
Yeah, like part of me is like I don't think it's right, but it is what it is. It has to be, and it's going to be fun. I still want it now, but we'll see when the time comes. I don't think it bothers me because I'm starting to realize it was nostalgia for me, really remembering those late hits. And like after the game, when I'm playing the game right now, I'm like, dude, does it really matter? Like I don't think it does. It doesn't take away from the full gameplay. The fun is still there, I think. But I gotta play it. These are just rumors. We don't even know if this is true, but this is what the community's been talking about lately. So I don't know. I think I'll be patient on this one, but I don't think it's a big deal.
They would have to change it up a little bit too, man, because remember when you did that late hit, the announcer said a couple of things as well. So when you hit him like that, he's like, "Oh my God," or something like that.
But you know what?
I'm just saying, just in that, and then they should be. What if they turn it off and stuff? Wherever you can go in there into the menu, they make the menu. So what if you can actually turn
that's what I said, because a while ago, over a year ago, Mel was on. The guy, one of the creators of it, was on One Up Weekly, right? And they talked about it like there was a ROM that came out without the hits, because that was one they had problems with it. The NFL had problems with it before, so they like made a ROM that it didn't have it, and then you would have to put in a code for it. So that's a possibility. I mean, I think the biggest issue, and this kind of goes to what Melon was talking about earlier, like the controls of a game can really affect a gameplay. She doesn't want a Nintendo Switch because the controllers suck to her, but she loves really the system that she loves because she probably loves the controller on her PS5, right? And PS, the PlayStation, basically from 2 to the 5, basically had the same controllers. They changed minuscule.
Hey, did you like those PS5 controllers?
I like them. I like them. I like the trigger sensitivity. I like the pushback when you're playing the games. But you see, because you're not a real gamer like me and Saggy. We play those shooters.
Saggy, do you like the PS5 controller? You're the one that's going to answer the truth. You like it?
I do like. Yeah, I do like PS5 controllers. I like that they have that option where it is like that with the trigger and stuff, like, and I like that you can turn it off, but I do like that there's an option. I like that they try to do something different with their controllers. Potion Sword Run, nobody is talking about Xbox fanboy, okay? We don't care about your opinion, okay? We're not talking about Xbox. Take your little Xbox loving self somewhere.
So, but for me, like, I think the biggest thing would be the controllers. So for this particular game, it ran on a 49-way stick. So that means that there was every angle, because it's a precision game. Like, you have to run routes, do like that. So if you don't have that, if you have an 8-way, it's going to suck. I think this is going to be the biggest thing. If they don't have that controller down, That's going to suck. And if I was reading articles and stuff like that, they have digital gates. So if they can get that where it's a 49-way digital, they could probably also make it where it's a 4-way, a 8-way diagonal. So there'll be no limitations on what kind of games that they can put on one cabinet. They can have that crappy ass freaking Qbert and have another game that's a 4-way like a Burger Time.
It'd be like the KI.
Burger Time.
So I'm loving it.
Hey, Saggy, so I gotta ask you, are you a PS4 fan? Are you a PlayStation fan? I mean, not PS4, sorry, PlayStation fan. Or over Xbox? Because you called out Potion Sword Run over the Xbox, I guess. Cool dude, I like him.
I first of all, no love lost. I still love Potion Sword Run, but like I was a big fan of Xbox 360. So I was a fan of PlayStation 1, PlayStation 2. I switched to Xbox 360. PlayStation 3 was ass. And then after that, I had an Xbox One, like that for a bit. But then I got PlayStation 4, and I was like, Xbox who? And then I just got PlayStation. So that's kind of where I'm at.
All right, I just had to ask you. Now I got to ask both of you. I'm not sure, Raya, are you into the PlayStation? Also, are you? Oh, what are you? Nintendo? You're Nintendo?
Yeah, I was a PlayStation and Nintendo kid growing up, and now my console of choice is the Switch. But I am interested in getting a PS5. Their cloud-based or streaming offering for their subscription service, like having access to legacy content, is really
that's cool,
appealing to me. So yeah.
I gotta ask you a question.
This then.
No.
This is the question I want to ask.
I'm skipping you.
Real quick, because he's gonna bring up Blitz. Y'all don't care about Blitz. All right, about the new Last of Us. The new Last of Us. Are y'all with the leak? Are y'all kind of like, I don't know if we need that. Like, do we really need a remake of the Last of Us? How do y'all feel about that?
I think there are people who will buy it, and that's why it's coming out. You know, I mean, I see it more as like every other generation, like PS3, PS4. It had it as like a holiday pack-in title, right? And now all of a sudden they're charging you $70 for it. So that's kind of effed up, in my opinion. It should be a holiday pack-in.
Yes, it should.
That's my opinion.
Okay, so
wait, Saggy's gonna give her opinion.
Well, I was gonna say I have an unpopular opinion. Like, don't get me wrong, I thought The Last of Us was a pretty good game, but like I think the hype around it was way too over like the top. Like, it's a great game. Don't get me wrong, the story was great. I loved the story. But like,
it's placed here in Texas.
It's way too overhyped. Like, the hype around The Last of Us is
it was almost a game of a year game. So how can it be overhyped if it's considered?
Like, it was a great story, but I'm like, at this point, like, the hype is over. Like, we get it. It's a good game. It had a great story. It honestly, it had shit mechanics.
Hey,
it really
I love the mechanics. If that game is that good, that HBO is picking up the options to make a film of it. For HBO doesn't make shit.
Hold on, what movie? Raya knows. What movie with Tom Holland? That movie
was trash. It was trash, and Sony makes trash freaking movie, but HBO doesn't. HBO doesn't do that. HBO gives you creme de la creme.
I'm skeptical. There was a couple things that I covered on another like gaming podcast I was on with some friends. They mentioned that Last of Us 2 mechanics, as far as like the quality of life improvements to the gameplay and stuff, were added to the original game for the PS5. So there's that. And then there's also some accessibility improvements. But again, it is really effed up to charge people for accessibility improvements. It's like, you have problems playing the game, so you're gonna have to pay more in order to be able to play it comfortably. Like that is
right. And I'm sorry, but the mechanics.
No, they shouldn't hit you in the head for that, though.
But I'm saying, like, the mechanics, like, they were decent, but like sometimes the controls were wonky as hell. Like, when it came out for free, I played it and I was like, all right, because it was the first time I played it because I didn't buy it. I played it when it was free and I was like, all right, I can see why this game was hyped up and popular. Like it was, but you know, at this point, like, The Last of Us cool.
I will say this, and I think you were bringing up this point, is that I think that what I don't like is the hustle of the new generation of the games. Like, all you're doing is like basically upscaling it, not really doing a lot, but wanting to ask $70 for it, or to do an upgrade. Like it should be a free upgrade. If you already got it on a PS4, just give me the upgrade and stop trying to hit me in the head for that shit.
If you're gonna do a lower price,
what I know.
Or they gotta hit you so they can meet that God of War, man. That's what they gotta do. They gotta hit you.
God of War.
Okay, like just to play a little devil's advocate though, PS4 and PS5 owners were getting over a little bit, like with that free upgrade from like PS4 to like PS5. We had a good run for 2 years, but like it's time to pay up.
No, I understand that, but now this is the question. Now, before I was rudely interrupted by the OTG, I asked Saggy, but I didn't ask you. What's your So we know that the Switch is your system right now, but what's your favorite system of all time?
Ooh, okay. So like, it's still got to be my Nintendo Switch. Before that, it was my Vita, my 3DS. I'm a big time mobile gamer. And that's why I think like, the Steam Deck is really going to be like my console for 2024.
Yes.
Like if I'm able to get one online, I'm really hoping, because then it could be my everything right there.
You know what you should do, Raya?
Knowing Raya, knowing Raya, the Steam Deck's going to be her thing. That thing's going to go everywhere with her.
You can reserve it right now. Reserve it right now for $5, and it'll tell you. I'm not sure right now if you'll get it like by November or what, but you got to reserve it for $5, and that's it, and you'll be able to get it. And I don't know how long.
Thank you for the tip.
Like it's beautiful. You
gotta
love it.
Now, Raya, right now. Like just do it right now. Tap on the stream. Do it right now.
Do what?
Fuck that. Do it. You could be our whatchamacallit.
Huh.
Detroit Love will basically buy stuff when on air. Like if you tell him something that's like a good price or something like that, or awesome deal, he'll go buy it. So you should do that. Go, do it while you're on stream. We'll cheer you on.
Four-seater?
We're not forcing her.
Right. So
persuading her.
And whenever you reserve it, what they'll do is whenever they'll give you like you can kind of see like more or less if you keep checking like what section you're in, and then they'll send you like a thing. You get 3 days to pay it whether you want it or not. So it's not like it only costs $5 for that reserve. But I think that actually, even if you cancel it, it'll stay there. But it's worth it. The Steam Deck, I love it. Right now, it might be my new toy though. It might be one of those things because when the Switch came out, oh shit, I went all out buying accessories. I thought that was the best thing ever. So I don't know if this is just a phase, but right now, that's
can
my
we
new
say
love.
right now? Do you think that it killed? Do you think that this is? You know how every year, every time something comes out, this is the GameCube killer. This is this. So is this the Switch killer? Is the Switch dead?
No, it will never be dead because this is something different. Nintendo makes those games, has a whole different audience with kids and people that like to travel.
And games on there,
huh?
You can play all your Nintendo games
play
on
them,
there.
But not everybody's a nerd that will put them in there. People want to be able to go buy games and be able to play games normal. Not everyone's going to tinker around. It's something to tinker around, but it could be a console playing PC games. It's made that simple where a person that doesn't know much about PC gaming could get in there, play it like a console, but it expands where you could get on a desktop and make it complicated and put in emulators and all that fun stuff. So it's for everyone, but Nintendo,
know what happened, right? I think Saggy got tired of the Nintendo Switch talk, and she's like, "Yo, motherfuckers, I told you that's a shitty ass system." I think she's back because now she knows that we're talking about the Steam Deck, right? You back for the Steam Deck?
I have no idea what happened. I was just sitting here, everything went black, and then it came back, and I was gone.
I really thought it was the whole Nintendo Switch talk.
I was literally biting my cuticles like this, and then all of a sudden everything went black, and then I came back and I was off the panel, and I'm like, what the hell just happened?
All right, so I gotta ask y'all this. Y'all were talking about the PlayStation earlier, the service with the old games and stuff like that, but Game Pass has been doing this before. I know Saggy is not the Xbox fan, so I gotta ask Raya.
What did Xbox do to you that you hate?
Sony's doing it now too.
I think Game Pass is better.
Sony's doing it, but Sony's is trash. Sony's is trash.
I'm gonna tell you.
I got both the systems.
Cloud system is good.
Let me tell you something. They're charging you more for the same shit that you used to get before. No.
But there's no trip on the cloud gaming, though. You haven't tried.
Cloud gaming sucks.
Listen.
Cloud gaming sucks.
You want to know what Xbox did to me? Okay, I'm gonna tell you. First of all, when I first started playing Xbox 360 for Halo was my shit. Then Call of Duty with the Xbox controllers lit. Okay, cool. I got 2 games I'm really into. Then you know what happened? I don't know. Bungie decided we're not gonna do Halo anymore. We're gonna do this new game called Destiny. We're gonna give Halo to this other company that fucked it up.
Yes, 343.
That fucked up Halo. That fucked up Halo. Well, I was on Destiny. And then what did Bungie say? Well, we're going to do this game. And don't worry, guys. We're not going to do it like Halo. It's only going to be 1 game. And we're going to do DLCs to expand it, kind of like a World of Warcraft thing. Because we're going to do a first-person MMORPG. All right, bet. Let's go, Bungie. You did so great with Halo. Let's see what you got. The first friggin' DLC, boom. $60, bruh. I'm sorry, what? That's a whole game. That's a whole
they put a lot of work into that, though.
But then they did a sequel when they told us they wouldn't do a goddamn sequel and make it a franchise. I was like, you know what? I have nothing more with Xbox. There's nothing on Xbox exclusive for me to keep buying the damn Xbox. We're going to see what Sony got.
You got a lot of supporters there. They're agreeing with you about killing Halo off. Halo was such a strong title, like the original OG title from the launch title. And man, I really know that I will say that they fucked up the last one. That last one is fucked up.
Halo put Microsoft's console on the market, bro. It was just Nintendo and Sony. Then the Xbox came out. Here's this game, Halo. And Halo was literally the poster child for Xbox.
Yes.
And I don't know why Bungie did it. Maybe they had issues with Microsoft, but they gave it to another company. That company's like, we got you, and they fucked it up. The next 2 Halo games were ass.
It was probably a nice check. It was probably a nice
chicken
check.
Wings and all that. The
LAN parties were the shit. That was a good time to live,
man. It was a different time, like between like you doing like LAN parties for that, or having like all the people on a playing GoldenEye, like or those times are gone. Like I love online, I really do. But those times where you came in a room and played together, like that's why I love the event that we went to, because we could play online and do the stuff that we did, but when you play with somebody in the same room, like elbow to elbow, like Maddads, when you play somebody online on Mortal Kombat, it's cool to bust their ass, but like when you do a fatality and they're right next to you and you look at them like, yeah, motherfucker, I did that to you, bitch. What you gonna do now?
Yeah,
Saggy. This ain't school. Just jump in there. Just jump in there.
Because I'm about to go off a potion right now.
Go off. Please.
Hold on. Sony have for us that scale? Bro, what do you mean? Sony had exclusive Metal Gear. The Metal Gear franchise was still hot. Resident Evil was still hot, and that was exclusive to Sony for a long ass time. So what do you mean? They still had exclusives that Microsoft didn't have. Microsoft had 1 exclusive, and that was what? Halo, and then they started coming out with certain exclusives. They got Left 4 Dead exclusively for Xbox. They started, but let's not act like Sony didn't have exclusive rights to massive titles for a long ass time before they started doing cross-platform, my guy. So don't miss me with this whole argument about Microsoft and Sony, because Sony was already ahead of the game. And if it wasn't for Halo, Xbox wouldn't even be a goddamn thing. So sit down, get your potion sword, run in your mouth to the check, because you know I'm gonna clap them cheeks. And also,
there you go.
Wait a minute. Listen.
Every time he wants to come for me about Xbox, bro. Every goddamn time.
So this is your hater that comes around and follows you and lets you know that you fucking up picking the wrong.
That's my friend, but he always talks shit. When it comes to Xbox and PlayStation, I'm more PlayStation. He's very Xbox. So we always argue. I'm like, bro, every time.
I ain't gonna lie. I left Xbox when they started canceling all them damn studios. You know what I mean? They canceled like Fable and then all the other games on there. I just left them after that. They had this one game, I can't remember. I don't know if it was like Outbound or something. It's whenever you could fly on dragons and stuff like that. And they canceled that game. That mess was, oh man. I just said, see you.
I love Fable. Oh my god, Fable, bro. That was such a good thing.
You got into Fable?
I love
I didn't.
Fable.
It was back
So
in the
is
day,
it true
man.
that there's STDs in the game or something like that?
STDs.
Okay,
Tell me about it.
No, that's true. So I
Yeah,
remember
it
I was
is.
playing this. I forget which Fable it was, but I was playing with a friend, and I had the castle. I was at the castle at this point, and me and my friend, like we did our thing, and it was cool. And you have the option to use condoms or not. So like he brought a prostitute. No, not a prostitute. He brought one of my maids in the room, and you could have a threesome with the maid, right? So
Wait a minute, what game is this?
Yeah, this was
Fable.
Fable, bro. If you didn't know about Fable,
Listen,
Man.
I heard of Fable. I remember the cover app. I need to get this game. Go ahead, keep going.
So hold on. I always use protection in the game because I know you can get STDs. But that time we chose not to. Bro, I got 3 STDs from that dirty ass maid, bro. I was so mad I killed that bitch. I said I did. I killed her right after. I was so mad. You
This
can't
game,
kill
wait a minute, is this game still in production? Is this game still in
the game
production?
Yes, Fable.
So the game is
You
there.
can
It's
play it
Fable.
on the Steam Deck for
They
free.
were coming out with a new one.
All right, now we need to get this game. I need to get this game.
3 STDs with 1 sexual encounter with the maid, bro. I killed that bitch right after.
Now that's what I call. That's what I call realistic.
The fact you're talking about it in a video game, the worst thing, I never got the STDs because I never played that game, but I heard about that. But the one thing I felt bad is one time I was playing Mass Effect. This is like when I first played it, the first one. And I don't know what I did. I started answering real mean to like my partner or whoever the guy was. I don't know. And then he shot himself or something, or I don't remember, but the dude committed suicide and I felt bad.
Man.
So yeah.
Bro, let's not talk about Mass Effect because when I played, I think it was Mass Effect 2. I worked really hard to get that. I forget his name. But he was the amphibian-looking ninja assassin character. I think it was I think it big out with the T. But I worked hard to get him not only to join my crew but to be my partner. And then the next game, I was excited to play to see how that relationship like unfolded. Yo, he had like a very rare alien cancer.
What?
Oh, man.
I was looking for him in the game. I was like, where is he? And I have to go to a hospital. He's like, yeah, I have cancer. And I'm like, bro, why did I fall in love with a dude who's gonna die?
What is going on? What is going on?
Dude, you know what? All right, so are you saying about what's going on with these games? Right? Because the thing about UAG, he said it earlier to me and Maddads. We were backstage, and I forgot what game we were asking him. He goes, "Nah, I don't have the attention span. That's why I play arcade games." So all these games, you got to get on it. UAG, you got to play some of them, man.
First of all,
thinks they're trash.
You remember when you used to go to Best Buy and you pick up the game and you could read the back of it, the little synopsis of it. Like if I read that, I would have bought that game. I'd have been like, listen, I got to get this game. This game is too realistic. I need to understand what's going on.
You know what?
You had to wear gloves to purchase the game. Is that what you're saying?
I'm very sad now, bro.
So I gotta ask Raya. I'm just wondering,
man.
are you into like RPG games like that? What's it called? The Xeno whatever 3. What's it called? The one that's like Xeno Chronicles. That one. Are you into RPGs and stuff?
Yeah, that's like my favorite. Yeah, it's my favorite genre. I think like to console fanboys question, my favorite game on the Switch, I think it's got to be Monster Hunter Stories or Octopath Traveler. So Octopath Traveler is kind of like a throwback to Final Fantasy VI or like those 16-bit SNES JRPGs. And Monster Hunter Stories, it's kind of like a spin-off from the regular Monster Hunter game.
Yeah, it's a Capcom game too. Like I never got into that, but I hear nothing but like what I see is like people like getting together as a team and fighting these like big monsters or something or whatever. Like I don't know what's going on, but it looks cool. Like I never got into it. I know it's on the PC now, like, and I said when it's on PC, I'll get it, but I never did. But I remember when it came out, there was a lot of hype around it. I want to play one of those games.
I have too many mods in the chat for naked girls to be trying to get dates and shit.
All right,
so
so
hit that up.
All right, you read the one from Jago?
Go ahead, brother. Read it.
Has Raya Saggy played Dark Souls or Soul-like games? I don't. Man, those games are hard.
Yeah, dude. Bloodborne was probably the last one that I played on PS4. That beat my ass real bad.
You Saggy, you like those? I never got into them either. People always talk about them.
Bro, that's like the age-old question people ask every gamer if they play Dark Souls. That's why I won't play what the hell is that? Elden Ring. I won't play Elden Ring, dude.
I haven't played Elden Ring either. You know what's so funny? In our little old man community, we had this dude that was like all part of our community. He was everywhere, right? That game came out. We have not
disappeared.
Yeah, he disappeared.
He was. I think he's lost there right now.
He's still in the game.
And it's been since the game came out.
Bro, those games are like life consuming. And like I remember I tried Dark Souls and I just got my ass whooped. I was like, I'm done. Like, what is happening? No, I can't do it. I can't do games that are too hard like that. Like I get the challenge for some people, but like I don't want to challenge all the time. I just want to chill.
I got a question for you two guys, for OTG and Saggy Melon, because y'all deal with the drama stuff, right? So I was watching Review Tech, right? And he was talking about how that game was ass, but he didn't play it, and then he played it, and then he loved it, right? But there was a guy that Quantum TV, I think it is. That came in. He came in with the heat, and like he basically said, people need to die if they're mad that I don't like this game.
Okay, like, hold on. It was more than that, homie. Like that dude got roasted, Quantum TV, because like his review was based on stuff that just like wasn't factual. Like homeboy was like, when you die, you lose all your shit, and everyone's like, no, bro, you lose your ruins, which is basically your in-game currency, which you can get back if you go back to the spot you died and retrieve. So it's not like you lose everything. You lose one major item that you can retrieve. So that was bullcrap. And basically his argument was like, I suck at this game, so by default it's bad and nobody should play this game. So everyone just roasted him, and then he got like big mad and started flagging channels. That was like
he couldn't handle the people roasting him. But you know what's so funny? Like I never played these Souls games, but I played the Jedi Fallen Order, right? And I just recently bought it so I can play on the Steam Deck because I never did beat it when it came out. And I was playing it, I think, on PS4 or something. But in playing it, my friend Jago goes, "Hey, they say it's the Souls-like game or whatever. It's like Souls." I go, "No, it's not." But I forgot that you do lose your experience and you have to go retrieve it. So that's the closest I've ever got to play a Souls game. But it's not for me. But Raya, this is a random question. Console Fanboy asked it. He wants to know if you like Animal Crossing because I don't know, you're a Nintendo fan and I can't stand that game, but we got to ask you, what's your opinion on that game?
Oh, I was big into it when it first came out in 2020 because like there was nothing to do but be at home and
during the pandemic.
But after that, I fell off, you know.
Yeah, I think he has like a bunch, like an island with like all this gold and I don't know, like that's his little way to flex. He's all like, "Hey, girl, you want to come check out my island?
Baby. I got an island. I name it after you. Okay, quick question for you guys. So, if you had $100 to spend, would you spend it on like an old retro console and games, or would you spend it on modern games and maybe possibly buying a retro collection for the modern system?
Neither. I take Ray out on a date.
Hell yeah!
Ooh, I'm gonna hit you with a twist. So I'm gonna put that hundo towards the Sega Genesis 2. The Mini 2 that's coming out. So I get 2 for the price of one. Modern console, but it's retro games all on like one thing, and that hundo basically covers it, and then a little bit extra for the shipping, and then I'm good. I'm Gucci.
See, she's thinking like, see, that's a guy don't think that way. They too stupid. We too stupid. We like see the new shiny thing, we get it, and then we play for it about 5 seconds, and we're like, all right, what's the next thing?
Yeah.
What's
the thing that intrigued me right there?
Did any of y'all pre-order that, by the way?
I didn't pre-order because I went through my mini console phase, and I think I love the PlayStation after you can mod it. Like, it's awesome. But I never did get the Sega Genesis. Even though I'm a Sega Genesis fan, it's just like that one, I've always downloaded the ROMs. It's something special what Nintendo did. And I think AtGames might have ruined the image for me, even though these Sega ones look legit. But this next one is my first Sega was the Model 2. And I thought I got out of that phase, but I've been looking at it like, dude, I'm not going to play
it. It's the nostalgia, bro. It's the way it looks.
So nice.
Like it makes it look so legit.
The Model 2 is the one that I had. So it really, the nostalgia is kicking in. Now, back then I had both of them. I remember I thought I was like the cool kid because I had both, but there was something about the Sega that was special. So that surprises me. You being a Switch fan, and then you like if this opportunity for you to have the money, you would go with the Sega
quick
system.
Question: you don't think that is blasphemy? Like, okay, you're a Nintendo Switch person. You like Sega. Don't you think it's kind of like I'm from an age where you would go to school and it's like Bloods and Crips, Nintendos and Sega, like they don't mix. Like you be like, nah, man, your shit is whack. Well, I got blood. Well, that's fighting words. That's fighting words because I'm mad that I didn't have blood and you trying to rub it in my face. But I got all 6 buttons and you only got 3 buttons and you got to spend extra money to buy buttons and shit. You's a sucker. So you don't feel like it's blasphemy, like being a Switch person and having like Sega games on your Switch?
Hell nah, I bet you know.
No. So like I'm only like, 30. So I kind of missed out on a lot of like the console war stuff and everything. I grew up in the emulation age where everything was for everyone on the internet. So I'm catching up on like, my retro gaming knowledge. I didn't really grow up with Sega like that. So this Model 2 Mini, it's actually an opportunity for me to go back and experience these games that I never did. And plus there are some Sega CD games on there which I'm having a little bit of a struggle finding ROMs for, surprisingly, to play on my Switch. So this is going to be one of the few ways that I can experience it, and then I might tinker with it a little bit to like add more games.
Yeah.
I got you on the ROMs if you need it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I want to play Popful Mail. I'm surprised they didn't add that on there. It's this platformer RPG game.
I got all of them. Just send an email.
I just want to play GameCube. GameCube was my thing. I loved my GameCube. It literally broke my heart when I had to part with it. I was like, I'm gonna give it to my sister with all these games I have. Enjoy, but like, I really love my GameCube.
I wanted to ask this question. So yesterday, I think me and you, was it me, UAG, and Jago? I don't know who. We were talking. And or it might have been another conversation with somebody else. But anyways, the main point is the guy said like something about the 64, and I think it was UAG. He goes, nah, I was like, with that was our like time right after high school going to college.
You could tell when a guy started thinking of chicks because they're gaming. Like I do not know 64 like at all. Like 64 wasn't a thing. Vagina was important to me at that time. So is there does that happen to you guys? Like do you remember it? I want to know. I want to know.
Well, let me ask my question real quick. So basically, I was asked. I can't believe you asked that, UAG.
What?
Well, during my time, like I missed out on the 64, but I went back to it and I tried to collect for it, but I just did not like it because I didn't grow up with it. I was more PlayStation 1 during that time. But it's like, do you guys have any nostalgia for the 64? Because I'm trying to tell a lot of my friends like why? Like the GameCube is when it started getting good to me, but I love the old systems, Nintendo, Super Nintendo, but for 3D, at the 64, I hate the 64. Do y'all like
some good games. No, they had some good games with 64, dude. Pokemon Puzzle, Pokemon, what the heck was it? We got to play Pokemon
the Coliseum, or was it? I don't know.
Coliseum, Pokemon Coliseum, Pokemon Snap, like the Mario Kart. I thought Snap was cute.
Yeah,
like and they actually did try with the Nintendo 64 to do some new things. Like when you had Pokemon Snap, didn't they come with like an actual camera?
And I think you could print out the pictures and stuff like that. Right. Like they did cool stuff.
But, like Nintendo 64, the technology wasn't always the best, but like they did try to do some different things. Like it wasn't the worst console. It was actually a good upgrade from the Genesis. Although I did like the Genesis too. Oh my god, not Genesis. Sorry,
Genesis was awesome, right?
The real question. Forget his question was why. Now, was there a period of time where you just said you just forgot about gaming because you was preoccupied with other things, whether it was another hobby or, the opposite sex or the same sex? It don't matter to me. I need to know.
There was that. So the only time I ever kind of chilled away from gaming a little bit is like during when online gaming started becoming a thing. Cause like, I know it sounds cliche and it's not as bad. I mean, it's still a problem, but like, girl gamers were shitted on badly back. Like you couldn't go.
Yes.
Right. Yeah. Like I'd like to play SOCOM 2 online, and I was either called a little boy, which is fair. I do have, little boys do sound like girls, but also like if I was a female playing a game like SOCOM, they'd be like, you must be fat and ugly because you're playing video games. It's like, well, what the fuck does that say about you then? Because like we're doing the same thing. So I had to take a little chill a little bit because it got too much. Like I couldn't even like communicate with my team because anytime anyone heard a female, they'd go,
you said that, and I have a question for you guys because I read a study, right, that says female gamers usually lie about them, being a female because they don't want the attention. Like especially when they play online games, or they either mute their mics or they don't participate in voice chat because it gets too much. Do you find that being an issue for you guys? I mean, you said in the start, but as of right now, today.
It's well, like for me, it's kind of weird because I've always been really like transparent about, me and my gender and, my identity and stuff online, because I always figured someone's going to find out and feel like they, got a one up on me anyway. So I'd rather just, be, out there on my terms, and have other people find out directly from me who I am and what I'm about. But as far as like my experience online doing that, it's kind of been a double-edged sword. I feel like, powerful, like having like, control over, my online personality and all that. But it's also sometimes used against me. And, it's kind of discouraging because like one like, bad experience can just, ruin my whole perception of, my online, experience. So I try not to always just dwell on, one shitty person, like trolling me or something like that. But, it happens. And yeah, I'm still learning, to try and, compartmentalize that stuff, like keeping like the harassment stuff away from like all the fun I'm having with everyone else who is really cool and welcoming,
Yeah, to me, I don't really know because I don't know.
No one cares about you, Saggy.
Yeah,
go ahead and answer this question. No one cares what you think.
I was gonna ask a question off that.
I mean, well, it's kind of fair because, like, so in the beginning, I would say it was really bad for girls online, especially because either you would get the guys who are too young and would just talk mad crap to girls and assume we're unattractive because we're gamers, or you get the guys that were just ridiculously creepy trying to get with us. So it was kind of like sucky to be female. It's gotten a little bit better, but I think that overall, just the toxicity in online gaming has gotten really this bad because you have all these kids trying to be edgy and cool, like their favorite YouTubers. And like literally last time I played online and I had some random kids in my game, oh my God, the N-word was dropped like nothing. Like them mean with the hard ER and everything. And I'm sitting there like, where? And I got on mic, I was like, your parents need to whoop your ass. And then they get all feisty and they talk smack. I feel bad because it's like I'm a grown-ass adult yelling at some children, making them cry. And I feel like an asshole, but like, man, it's bad online these days. Even for a grown adult, like men, like for men, like they just shit on you for no reason. Like with Overthink Gaming, because he has a little bit of an accent. Oh, dude, they get mad racist for him for no reason. They just hear me like, "Oh, you must be the SPIC and this and that." And you must be a lawnmower and stuff. Like it's crazy how gross people are.
It's really tough to like try and like pick and choose what to respond to because like for me, I deal with like, a lot of like challenges with like being true to like my values versus like picking and choosing what to respond to, right? So like if there's something I don't really like I don't agree with, but I know that if I respond to it, it's going to cause even more problems for me, I tend to just not respond, but then I still feel really bad because I'm like I feel inauthentic, like I feel fake and stuff like that. So it's kind of this constant struggle of like,
it's a fine line.
Like I'm trying to have a good time, vibe with my gaming experience online and with other communities online, and it just is like, that's that fine line, right, between like holding true to your values and then like being authentic to them versus like just trying to like maintain your sanity with your communities online that you interact with. So yeah.
So first of all, I gotta say, the chat has told me that I've been a big dick and an asshole. Yes. So OTG, I want to apologize. I did not mean to be myself.
Yeah, you better eat a fucking Snickers, dude. I told you to keep one by you.
No, because I wanted to make sure that Saggy got her point across because
I was going to ask Saggy a question.
So go ahead.
I don't remember what it was because I was. You were just being rude.
I listen. I apologize for my true self. Okay. Now, with that being said, what I've noticed is that when you play these online games, first of all, the kids, like, it's a whole different thing. Like, these kids are fucking straight disrespectful. They need to get karate chopped in the throat. They're lucky that that doesn't have the capabilities in online gaming. That's one. But I like playing with Maddads. I think you have to bring your own party these days. Like, if I'm playing in a chat, unless you're in my party, I'm muting your ass. I don't want to hear shit you got to say because these motherfuckers are straight disrespectful. Now, OTG, I know you remember. Go ahead. Go do your follow-up question to
dude, I don't remember. I'm not even paying attention, dude. What'd you say?
You see,
I don't know. I'm reading the chat.
I made you act different. Don't act different, bro.
Dude, I'm not acting different. I'm reading the chat. I'm letting you
want
talk.
a hug? You want a hug?
Nah, fuck you. Continue.
Out, man.
You got naked HD over here. I'm trying to pay attention to your chat, dude.
I'm going to send you a Snickers because now you mad. I know you mad.
Dude, I'm not even a mod on here.
You are a mod. You're just not a mod on your side piece channel.
I'm on the main one. I can't even delete this naked HD. I'm paying attention to the chat.
First of all, there's too many people there. Go ahead.
If you play WoW, man, if you play WoW, you be used to all this stuff. Okay, because
But I suck.
I'm just saying, if you be used to all the damn, you will get it every 2 minutes. It don't matter. Like, you would just get it every 2 minutes, so you be used to all this stuff. So that's when you play with me, I just had the group. We all had the group. We said mute everybody else other than party, and then you set.
Like I said, you brought that experience.
That's the thing that sucks is like certain games having team communication is pretty key and essential. Yes. And like you're right. Now I have to learn how to move with my squad because I don't want to talk to them. So now I got to learn how to play without talking to my team. Wouldn't it be so much easier to do call outs to my team?
Well, you shouldn't have to do that though, right? You shouldn't have to.
That's where we are.
But you got to do it though. Yeah, I mean, because people, you hear them in the background just talking, this mess, and
you start like doing some crazy stuff.
That person.
Like, think about it. I mute because I don't want to help a team of like kids who are just gonna like scream and call me the N-word or talk about get back in the kitchen. Like, why would I want to help you win? And why am I gonna have to leave this game and ruin my KD or my friggin' thing because you're being an asshole? Like, I'm just gonna mute you and pretend I don't hear nothing and just we gonna win this game together. But it's like now that's where we are in online gaming, especially is like that's what the norm is now. We don't want to talk to random people because they're all fucking assholes.
You're right, because I follow UAG all the time because he's gonna get towed up. So I get the red.
First of all, let me tell you something. Mad Dad is you know how when you get the award for like stealing kills, that's all he gets. That's all he gets. He be waiting for you. You shoot somebody and he right behind you stealing the kill.
I got streams to show, so you can see I can't lie.
I see. I've been in those streams. I know. We got a $5 super chat from Zod Rider. Can I get a wrench to delete some of these bots? They're really impeding on enjoyment of the chat. Yeah. Pow! I got you, bro. I got you. In fact, first of all, you shouldn't have to super chat me that, but I appreciate you.
Oh, I also wanted to shout out Retro Ralph. I'm not sure if he's still in the chat, but he super chatted earlier asking us if we would ever do YouTube full time. I responded to him, but I don't know if he's still here or not. But yeah, I would love to hear.
Tell us your thoughts about that.
Oh yeah, for me, like I don't see myself being like a full-time content creator just because like for me having like steady healthcare and a regular paycheck is kind of something that I am still very much tethered to psychologically, and like that is just where I find a lot of security for us. So that's something that keeps me from wanting to pursue YouTube full time. So yeah, I would definitely be down to like support another full-time creator like through like the background stuff like like production, marketing, like social media stuff, all that so that they can just be the talent on the screen, and then I'm just supporting them like behind the curtains. Like I'm that type of person, so I would probably do something like that. I would love to hear Saggy's answer though.
Oh, I mean, I would feel like the goal essentially for most people is like, yeah, we want to make a fair amount of money being full-time YouTubers, but at the same time, with the way YouTube is now, it's not realistic for me. I would love to do it full time, but also when you think about it, that's not a guaranteed career choice because at any given moment you could say the wrong thing and that job now that you worked so hard to get is gone. You're canceled. No more money for you. So like I would like to if it happens and it stays cool, I would do it. But I think I still like to work. I like my job now. I actually help people with their phones. I repair phones, so that's a kind of important job to me. So I would say no. I don't think I would want to do YouTube full time unless I'm literally like a big YouTube content creator, like as big as PewDiePie. Okay, maybe if I ever get there.
You two guys. How long have y'all been doing YouTube for?
Oh, I actually, the first time I was ever on YouTube was on Saggy's channel. Like, I don't know if y'all know, but like, I'm literally only here like because Saggy's here. She started YouTube over a year ago, right? And yeah, I was like supporting her, like, because I saw her on Mad Max's channel, and then she started streaming on her channel, and I'm like, oh my god, this girl is like such a like well-spoken, like thoughtful person. I want to like get to know her and support her. And she let me on her show, and like we started chatting. I had really terrible internet at the time, so my phone was going in and out. Yeah. And then like from there, like we've just been like really good friends ever since. So yeah,
I got a question for you guys. Like Saggy Melons, I started noticing her when the Amico came out, and that's like the time. And I sat in the back, watched drama, but that's not the question I want to ask. It's a simple question. Do you guys think the Amico's coming out? We'll go with Raya first. I'll save the fire for last.
I literally only know about the Amico. I'm running. Oh, of course. Okay, sorry. UAG, what were you about to say?
I was just gonna say that we have a fanboy of Saggy Melons. Old Ruckus says he's a fanboy. He just want to throw some love. So just want to let you know that. So let's speak about the Amico.
We're skipping the question. We're skipping it. You can come back.
I just wanted to drink. I wanted to drink. I was getting a drink.
Oh, drink like that. The Amico got you like that, bro?
Oh, so
I'm just thirsty. We've been just streaming for an hour and a half. I need a drink. Your girl thirsty.
Oh, okay. I don't know. I thought you was getting like a drink. Oh
no, I'm getting an energy drink. I need energy.
Oh, okay. So we'll start with Raya since she's the Amico lover.
Dude, okay, so OTG was on one of my podcasts, and I like showed off my physical media that I have, or physical boxed gate content. I don't know what it's not media, it's not games, it's just content, Amico content that I ordered from Intellivision. Eight boxes. Yes, Saggy has one too. Finnegan Fox. So I have the not games. Sorry. And I pre-ordered the Galaxy Purple edition from GameStop. So I was all in. I was ready to, like make it rain for Amico. So and a lot of my criticism was like a lot of the business decisions, and not to get too much into that, but I was really rooting for them because I wanted to see them release, and I wanted to see more games come out. And I wanted to buy more games from them. I wanted to have them give me more reasons to give them money. But other than investing in the company, I wanted to actually pre-order stuff.
Oh, so you wasn't a sucker, okay? So you wanted to support them by buying stuff, but you didn't want to give them any money, just for them to swindle you, okay? And now Saggy. I want to hear your thoughts because I think you come from a place like myself. So I want to hear what you guys are saying.
He doesn't know. Overthink. You didn't tell him, did you?
No, I didn't tell him.
No, I don't want. I told him tell me nothing. I want to hear everything. I want to be, experience. By the way,
before I get into that, because I saw a comment. I got this for charity. I just wanted to make that clear. I got it for charity. Somebody bought a bunch of them and they put it on eBay for charity. They were going to donate. So I actually, I actually spent more money for this mainly because it was for charity. I mean, I also did want it, but it was mostly for charity. So when people were like, "Oh my God, you bought that?" I'm like, "Yes, I bought it for charity." I mean, I would have probably bought it regardless, but I bought it for like I think I got to like $49 for the thing. I was the highest bid for it, but yeah. The Amico. Oh God. So like I don't know if you know because I that's why I asked Overthink if he told you, but like I am known in the community as like the one of the Amico shills or the cult member, and that's kind of how I kind of got my reputation in the retro community. I'm not gonna lie, because I was a big supporter. I mean, I thought it was a really cool concept. I played the console a few times at certain events. The controllers worked fine for me. The games looked, pretty decent. They looked better in person than they ever did on video, which still to this day, I don't understand how that's possible. It's like when you see it in person on an actual TV screen that you're playing it on, it looks and feels completely different than when you're seeing it. So it's like, I just feel like I don't know what's really going on with it right now as far as the company wise. I've kind of stopped being in a shill and just decided to be more of a consumer and like lay back and see what happens. But from what I'm seeing, I have no clue what's going on. And that's the thing that sucks is it really isn't a bad console. I think that it would have had potential if it was out, if it was able to launch and get in people's hands, because it's not a bad console, but it just sucks that we might not ever know.
Yeah, that's what I was kind of getting at.
By a good provider, been pretty good.
Yeah, because one of our friends, Turbo Joe, he's hardcore. Like, it's gonna come out, and I would like when it comes out, I'm gonna be laughing at all you guys. Like he is set, and that's the reason I just asked you guys because you guys have seen probably clips from Three Amigos where Joe's like,
wait a minute, I listen.
I'm hoping a console comes out, like something,
something would be cool.
No, we're not gonna brush past this shit. Hold the fuck on. Me, and Saggy has to have a heart to heart. Saggy, listen, I hear you talk. You sound like you have a good head on your shoulders. That you don't fall for none of that bullshit. But it sounds like this man sweet talked to you and said, "Listen, this is gonna be the best system ever. You're gonna love it. I'm telling you."
No, that's not what he said. Listen, when I first met this man, and Zod is in the chat because he was there the day I first met this man. Mm-hmm. We met on the PlayStation Plus podcast that we did with our friend. Zod was on that panel, and Zod can attest to this. I and another person there, because Zod Rider and Max and all of them, they were excited for Tommy. They were excited for the Amico. We had no idea. We're sitting here like, what the hell's the Amico? Who the hell's Tommy? We had no clue. So when Tommy asked us if we had interest in it, I was like, not really, bro. Like, I'm not that big into like retro stuff like y'all might be. So I don't think it's for me. Like, respect that you're making a console, but like, it's not for me. And he's like, well, you don't know. Like, just give it a try and see. That's where people get me. If you tell me to give something a try, I'm like, all right, that's fair. That's fair. Give something a try. Don't knock it till you try it. Cool, I'll do that. Like that. What the harm that's gonna do? So eventually, down the line, I got more into the drama. So I started talking about that. That's how I became a shill. And eventually, I got a chance to play it, and I was like, it's not that bad. I don't know what the big deal is.
What do you mean it's not that? Okay, wait a minute. When you say it's not that bad, that doesn't sound like it's a good thing. Like that's just like
I'm a PlayStation gamer playing a console that has like retro elements. Like it was fun. I had fun playing it with the friends that were there. I mean, Turbo Joe was there. I had fun playing it with him. So like it wasn't a bad game console. It's just.
So was it like the unique characters? I mean, unique controllers. Was that kind of like
the controller was cool? Like, so I think the thing about the controller that was appealing is that it was like, how I don't like the Switch controller, right? Like certain controllers you have to get used to. With the Amico controller, it's basically like a phone, so like it feels the same as playing with your phone. And I think that's what made it more welcoming as far as a new gaming console. The control worked. It wasn't bad. So that's why I was like, I get what it was trying to do. I think the problem was it needed to get out into more hands so people can have more experience with it, and that's just not what people got. Even with the events that were trying to be done, like it wasn't enough.
So the question I have for you: when you played it, did it feel unique, like nothing that you ever played before, or did it feel very reminiscent of like maybe playing a cell phone game?
I think it like kind of like a cell phone, but not, because that disc feels really different. So that's like the biggest thing, is that disc that comes on the controller. It feels really interesting. And it like I said, because you know how you have the disc on the phones when you have a certain games, you have that like touchscreen disc. Mm-hmm. It feels like it feels different because like that's a physical thing. You can physically feel it. It's not like a touchscreen. So that would be the biggest difference. But it did feel kind of, like I said, like a phone, which wasn't the worst thing, because again, I think the whole point of it, which was explained to me, is like it's supposed to be something for people who are more comfortable with something like this to play on than like an Xbox controller or a PlayStation controller or a Switch controller, which is a little bit more intimidating for people who aren't really into games, you know?
Okay. I can see that appeal, I assume. But when you start talking about the price that they were, quoting, and that kind of technology, it seems like they priced themselves out the market.
Yeah. The thing I think which got a lot of people were the renders. Like, it looked smooth. The ideas were smooth. Tommy's such a sweet talker. Like, that dude is like a good salesman, man. And I think a lot of people had a lot of hope. I had it reserved twice and I canceled it twice. To finally, I felt like the company was they were doing more talking than doing. And that's kind of like my little thing, like, hey, show me something instead of talking about. But Raya, you're gonna say something?
Oh no, I was just saying what's up to Endless.
I thought you were gonna say something. So that's the reason why I kind of had to pull off. But I do wish that it, like the way I envisioned it when I saw the commercials, when I saw the release, I was like, man, this is cool. And it was a reserve, so I didn't think it was that much at the time. But then when it started going, when we started realizing Phil Adams and his history, and then the console price was gonna go up, and then all of a sudden they were gonna try to make it a little cheaper or whatever, like the same price but with like one controller, and there was like too many things that were happening at one time. It's just like I really like, we all saw that downfall. Now I do hope they do make games on the console or do something, and I think that's what a lot of us want, is just something from them. But yeah, I had to make my jokes. It was a fun time, and I lost that hope. And that's like a lot of hope, like we have with other companies. Like in our arcade space, we have hope on a company similar,
Yeah, and like we hope that iArcade be the best thing in the world. Yeah. Unfortunately, at this time, it hasn't been. But maybe one day, if it reaches its potential, as Zero says.
I think the thing that's really sad and actually saddens me is like I played it, so I know what it does. I know that it was fun, and I think that for the people like for you guys who were excited for it, I think you would have been happy with what it was. But that's the thing that sucks, is like, is it coming out? Because it should have came out a while ago. And I literally encouraged them. I was like, you guys need to do more of these events for sure, to like let people come out and see and play it and see what it is, and then decide if it's something for them. We had some people go there who walked away and still didn't like it, but they were like, it's not that bad, it's just not that amazing and not worth the money. And that's fair, but I just wanted more people to play because I did think it had potential.
Saggy, from people who've played it, right? You, Turbo Joe, Joseph, the individuals that I know, it sounds like they said once you played it, it really is the difference maker. So I'm sad that people didn't get to experience, unfortunately.
Yeah, and the thing that me and UAG were talking about the other day is we were saying we felt like Tommy was just balling out of control with it, whether it was people's money or whether it was like the whole space that like now that's gone. They were like showing off a lot of office space, and they were like I guess investing in themselves to hope investors invest in them or whatever. But they were balling out of control, and I think if they would have taken things slower. But I wish we could have played that console. I don't think we ever will. But that was my main question. Do you seriously, like, if you had to answer yes or no right now, do you guys think, like, realistically, is it coming out? Because I don't think so. Like, we've never seen anything like we saw them when they looked good, and now they're not looking too good. Like we're not knowing anything, and I can't see them. If they couldn't do it back then, now when they're low, I can't see them putting any console out. But like seriously, like if like being serious, not hopeful. Do you think the console's coming out? Each one of you?
If they had to hold a gun to your head,
yeah.
I mean, talking from somebody who's kind of backed away from being the shill and having any sources from how it's looking, I want to say I don't think it is anymore. I don't think it is.
Yeah,
I mean,
like a lot of people.
Point, how could it at this point?
Yeah. And you, Raya?
Yeah, I think the Amico that folks did get the opportunity to play is not going to come out. We're probably going to see like some lower specs or lower like production requirement type of version of this come out with the IPs that they've been developing. So yeah,
that would be the most hopeful thing. That's really like, so you think they're gonna come out with just a cheaper version or something to still get it. So you're saying yes in a way. Like I don't even think they could put those into production. That's how much like I've already gotten with them.
OTG, read this one for
the chips, remember?
Zod Rider with the $5. Saggy was going to get her own game. I had Tommy sold on my idea for Saggy Melons the game. It was a reskin and a modern update of Cotton. Cotton is a really good game, but the thing about Tommy, you could say anything. He's like, yeah, it could happen. Castlevania, yeah, it could happen. But there was an instant with Contra. Somebody asked him, hey, can we see Contra? Oh yeah, I know the guys at Konami. But then 2-3 weeks later, he asked the same question. Oh no, with the violence and the guns, and no, like we could do something with squirt guns, not Contra. But he said the violence. So it's like anything people threw at him, they said yeah. So Zod, at least my opinion, even though you threw that Saggy game, Tommy's gonna say yes to everything.
You know what I could see? First of all, the rumor mill is that the Amico was put on the market to like home arcade units, so they probably went to like iArcade, Arcade 1-Up. They're trying to sell the IP. The only value that they have right now is in the name. The name and probably some of the games that they can probably push out. Like they could still like Moon Patrol on iArcade. I'd buy that.
Was pretty good.
Saggy, go ahead.
I have a question because now that we're talking about it, and I saw this, but I didn't pay much attention because anytime people talk about Amico, I'm just like, I'm gonna just wait to see if they come out or not. But like I did see, and I don't know if Overthinking saw it, but like the Roblox thing where
they took out the oof
sound.
That was Tommy's thing.
What does that mean though?
That's what I don't know. So if you guys, I'm not sure because UAG, you have kids and Maddads. Do they play Roblox? And did y'all know that Tommy created that oof, that sound, that little sound bite?
Yeah.
First of all, I didn't know that he did that, and who cares? And secondly, what the fuck is a roadblock?
Here's her question.
They
just recently took that out.
Serious?
No,
I
know what it is. I know,
but dude,
I never
here's what Saggy's asking. Out of random, I saw it on Twitter. They took that out. Like, sorry, we're taking out the oof. And then, like, I saw like people in the community commenting like Tommy's picture because I forgot that he had did that. But is something going on with Tommy that like is there something there? Like, why did they take that out? I'm kind of.
He probably asked him for some money. And they said no. He said, you know what? Then take my fucking sound out this game right now. Right now. He probably asked for an advancement.
I didn't know what that meant, and I haven't heard anything. I just saw that. I was like, what does that even mean? So
I don't know what it means either. Yeah.
I was wonder if somebody knew because I'm like, I don't follow it as much anymore.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on either. Hey, the only person that follow is Potion Sword Run right here. He reports on the news of Amico all the time. So
he said that means that Tommy's petty as fuck.
All right, he answered it.
I'm also petty, so trust me, Potion. I know.
I love Potion Sword Run. He has a channel.
I would have called him up and I'd be like, yo, take my shit out right now.
Yeah.
I love Potion, but I don't love being part of his fanboy wars. And I know that every time I get into a Twitter spat, I'm in fear that he's going to. And at one point, I had to change the way I type because he literally does the dot.
What he does, so what this new Potion Sword Run does is he gets the drama like of Twitter. What Roblox does in the drama community, he gets and he reads the threads of people going at it. So Saggy's in there a lot because Saggy's fire on video, but she's also fire on Twitter. And he'll read her thing, and like if a person has a habit of doing the 3 dots to pause their thing, he'll read it and he'll go dot. And it's so like funny. It's part of his character.
He'll read the emojis too. He'll be like,
use emoji,
crying
laughing face, tears of joy. He does all that, and I'm like, dude, if this dude read my shit all day, tears of joy.
Bro, he did one for me, and I had like at least 10 of those emojis in there, and he read all 10 of them, bro. Yes. I was like, I can't, bro. I can't.
Oh, that's
hilarious, dude.
He is pretty funny, but you a little bitch. No, just kidding. I love you, Post.
So, before we end, we're going to go around the horn, and I want to ask each and one of you guys, what is your favorite retro game and why?
No, don't do that.
We'll start with OTG since we'll give you time to think about it.
This is kind of hard, dude. But I think, and it's a game that I don't really play, but it's some reason it's my favorite because of nostalgia and the huge impact it had on me as a kid. And that's the only reason. Is one of the first games I ever played was the first Mario Brothers that I remember. I might have played Pac-Man or something before, but at a home console. But the one that changed it for me, the Mario that changed everything, was a Super Mario World. When I saw the colors and the graphics, and they still look great to this day, it's still my favorite Mario. There's something about that Super Mario World game on the Super Nintendo, the sounds, the echoes, like everything in that game, really, like, it was next level to me at that time. So that game to me is my favorite retro game. I think it's perfect. All the secrets, it has a lot of replay value. It's a game that stood the test of time because I can still play it and it's still fun and the controls are great and there's no lag in it at all. Like, it plays so smooth. I think that game is near perfect.
I think you wrote this down in practice. I didn't even tell you this. You had that off the bat. You were good. Like, you must have been practicing this speech for when it comes up. Listen, no, that was too good. Maddads, please bring us back to a regular world. Like, people just come off that, off the cuff, because he wrote that shit. I know he did.
I didn't write nothing, dude. We can't hear you, man.
I think you need to unmute yourself, brother.
My bad. But I had too many games to play, man. Luckily, I had a friend that had a Nintendo and stuff like that, and we were playing Mike Texan's Punch Out. You could probably look it up, but I was the second person to beat Mike in North Carolina back in the day. You can look it up, bro. But still, no, go ahead, check that out. But that was a good game back in the day. And then I don't know, man. Mortal Kombat has always been that was my first game that I played, Mortal Kombat 1, and it's always stuck with me, man.
So why do you suck against console fanboy? Why can't you beat him?
What's that? Oh yeah, I can beat him.
Not from what I heard.
No, I'm just saying. Yeah, he with me. I ain't gonna lie, he with me 7-0.
He's cheap.
I just gotta get him. That's what I'm saying. So you just gotta play people. That's what happens, man. When you play these games, you play them a little bit. You see how they work. And then you get them after that, and it's over with, So it's just how you do it, So
there's
a lot of games, man. There's a lot. I mean, there's a lot for me. There's a lot of games out there.
It's probably like
I was a big
time
Zelda
period
fan.
when you think about, right?
You see what I'm saying? I mean, there's plenty of games. I'm an RPG player, stuff like that. So it was a bunch of games.
I'll whoop his ass. Cost fanboy. I'll whoop his ass. I'm a button master, bitch. I'm unpredictable. Fuck your combos. Fuck your combos. I'll button mash, bitch. I'll whoop all your asses. Listen, you play Mario Party. You know that one where you hit the things with the hammers really fast? I'm undefeated. I got button mashing powers, bro. Trust me, these hands got skills. You don't want this.
I can't wait to see that.
So I was trying to buy y'all some time. I'm gonna tell you my game. My all-time favorite game that I can always play and play to today is probably Mike Tyson Punch Out. I love that game.
It's a good one.
Like I remember getting the Nintendo, and my mom didn't buy me that for Christmas, and I basically cursed her out because I was like, that's the only game that I really wanted. Like you could have she gave me Bad Dudes, and I hated that game, and I don't know why she got it for me. But I went upstairs on Christmas Day, went up to my neighbor's house. I'm like, yo, I need your Mike Tyson Punch Out. And that's my favorite game of all time. I still, to this day, it's still fun to play. So we're gonna let Saggy go last because I think she's gonna have the most conflict with trying to answer this question. So we're gonna go to Raya. What's your favorite game and why?
I actually had this planned out as well. Like
that as well. I did it.
He said as well.
I got that.
So, Spyro the Dragon on PlayStation 1 is my favorite game of all time. It's probably the game I replayed the most out of every game out there. And I think some reasons for it are like I didn't really have a lot of like access to games growing up. Like I grew up in a single mother household, so I was lucky to get maybe like 2-3 games a year.
Yes.
And maybe like a
I think
console
we all
every like
did that.
That was, I think, all of us
yeah.
except UAG. He was spoiled.
Struggle, right?
No.
Yeah. Yeah, I was like a one console, one generation household for like, or had access for a long time. So that game in particular, it gave me so much freedom to explore all of the different maps and worlds, the idle animations, and also how animated all the enemies were to move around in free space and how they reacted to the characters on screen. Yeah, it was just an immersive experience, and the music is just slapping. It's from one of the dudes from y'all know Sting and the Police, like that band. Yeah, it's one of those dudes. So super 80s nostalgic atmospheric music that I still listen to on and off. So yeah, that's my game of choice, or retro game of choice.
So you're basically telling me that you wrote this shit down. See, I don't like that shit. You had this down pat. See, Saggy's gonna be like me. We're gonna just go off the cuff. Saggy, let's go. What's yours and why?
It's tough because, like, when I look back at my childhood when it comes to retro games, I'm like, oh, Mario and stuff, because I played my mom. But, like, it really was, and now we can consider it retro, but, like, Resident Evil 1 was, like, I didn't even get to play the first game in the beginning. I remember my uncle rented it from, like, one of the local, like, video stores, and he rented it. And I remember playing it. I remember the first scene where you see the first zombie. And my little cousin was so scared, she unplugged the console. My uncle kicked her out. She went crying to her mother. But anyways, that game really made me love gaming even more. Like when Resident Evil came out, it was like, what is this? I was used to playing Mario and all these cute games and all these family friends. Now we got zombies and blood and jump scares. What is this? And Resident Evil really made me love gaming, which is why it's one of my favorite franchises. And somebody said the Metal Gear PS1, like, yeah, those games, like PlayStation 1 really made me a hardcore gamer. Like I was in love with video games when PlayStation 1 came out. Like Nintendo, like all those games were fun back in the day, but man, when they started coming out with like adult games, bro, shooting zombies and shooting people and stuff, it was literally the best thing that ever happened to me, and I've loved video games ever since.
I just want to put one note in there. Y'all named PlayStation 1 games. That was during the 64 era. That's proof the 64 sucks. But anyways, I love y'all's choices.
I have to say this.
Love them.
Me and Maddads, we need to, like, well, we have some free time, write some stuff, because these motherfuckers put us to shame when they went to these answers. All three of these motherfuckers, and it looks like we just didn't care. We didn't care.
I mean, there's too many. I just can't pick one. Okay, there's too many games.
Did you hear their story and stuff like? I gotta write this shit down. I'm gonna write it and practice it because these motherfuckers did so good. I could have went to
a long ass story. You know how old I am. So
I know y'all remember though. When Resident Evil came out, right? How big of a deal Resident Evil was? It was like, dude, it was the best ever. Like,
are y'all following the show? I know Saggy watches the show.
Oh, I haven't watched it. The Netflix show, is it good?
Y'all played Splinter Cell? Come on, man.
I liked it, but it's like,
you can't tell me it's not.
Bro, they had some moments where I'm just like Wesker being like, don't get. I know this sounds awful. I said Wesker being black didn't like bothered me a little bit, but then when they showed you, listen, I don't want to spoil it, but man, there's a reason why they made Wesker the way he is in the show, and then when you realize it, you're just like, Why is Blade here, bro? I'm sorry. I can't, bro.
I'm talking about just playing all the games, though. Just playing, like being able to play all this stuff was pretty cool. Like all these games y'all talking about.
Okay, I was gonna leave on that one, but I'm not. We're gonna do one more question before we leave.
All right.
We got to make sure that Saggy gets her hydrate. She gets hydrated because I see her getting cotton mouth. So, quick question: what was your first system? What was the first system that you ever played? I'm gonna go. My first system was I think it was the 56, the Atari. Like I playing Pac-Man. I remember playing Pac-Man.
2600.
Damn, he's that old?
I'm pretty old.
Yeah, I'm
old. He's
old. First of
He's
all,
50.
I'm younger than you, motherfucker.
50 something.
I'm 50 something. Your mama 50 something.
I just want to tell his age, but yeah, he's a really he played the Atari and all that. He was around back then when Donkey Kong came out. He was there at the arcade. He saw them wheel that in.
He played the original Amico. He was like,
he had the original television.
This ain't shit. This ain't shit.
All right, so your first system was Atari 2600, which is a great system. It was like when video games actually, I mean, the graphics suck, but I still like those Atari games. They were fun. But you sound like you don't have memories of it. Like you're telling me your first console that they bought you, not a hand-me-down.
Oh, no.
My brother had the Atari 2600.
For me, my first system that I ever had was the Master System. And I was upset because I wanted a Nintendo, but Nintendo was hard to get. In New York City, it was OD hard. So we had that, and I fucking had whatchamacallit? What's the one with the animal? Ultra Beast.
Ultra Beast. Yeah.
I had that, and we had Rambo. And I was and Hang On. And I had those games, and I was like, they were good, they were fun to play, but when your mind is one track, all I could think about was Nintendo. So I had it, but I had a disdain for it. I had a disdain for this system.
So don't act like the 2600 was your first then.
No, that was the first game I've ever played. Like I was over at my aunt's and she had that, and that's the first game I ever played.
So is the question Pac-Man. The first game you played or the first console you had?
I like your question better. What was your first console?
Yeah, mine, because my brother had the 2600. So my first experience was with the Nintendo. I saw my cousins playing it. They were it's funny. They were playing the Kung Fu game, and it was all right, my cousins are like 4 girls, and they had one Nintendo, and they were playing that Kung Fu game, and I saw that. That was so cool, but they put on Mario right afterwards. And when I saw Mario and Duck Hunt, I needed to have this console because I'd never seen anybody with a console like this. So I begged my parents, and that next Christmas, I got the little action set with the orange gun, and I had the Duck Hunt. I was like doing it to the TV, and Mario, dude, it was definitely the Nintendo. That was my first system.
And the gun in the other room, actually.
Yeah, that's fun. That's the one right there.
So Maddads, don't talk about your sundial. I mean, like an actual system.
You crazy, bro. You know what I mean? Hey, I just man, tell you the truth, we didn't really have that much funds. So mine was you know how I do it still today. I would go and like either shovel somebody's yard or something like that just to get some stuff. So mine was, when I first got it, was the Game Boy. The first one, Game Boy, was, I'm telling you, the Mario on that, I played the hell out of that thing. I think my screen actually turned, it was already gray or whatever it was, but it was best. It was just, that was cool. Just turning it on, you hear a little symbol, you know what I mean?
The Game Boy was awesome.
The Game Boy was all that, man. That's my console. Even though got later on, Nintendo, and then got a Sega, and got pissed off because my friend had a Super Nintendo and I had Genesis, and you know how that goes. But
you're speaking to the choir. I always had the system that was like rejected until the most popular system the year after. It just happened. I had the Saturn. Everybody had a PlayStation. I was pissed.
NBA Jam was better on the Sega, by the way. I think.
No,
I think so too.
It was better.
Raya, what was your first system? Don't fucking say Nintendo Switch because you're young. You're gonna get me pissed off if you say that shit.
Oh, the first console I got that wasn't a hand-me-down was the PS1. Yeah,
it was a good console. That was the first one that I bought when I was like 16 with my first job, like working for real. I remember that it was a snow day. And I said, I got the money. Let me buy that. Because I played Resident Evil at my friend's house. I bought that PlayStation with Game Day 99 and Warzone and with that wrestling game. And it's just so many memories of the PS1. That's
what was your first game on the PlayStation?
Oh, Crash Bandicoot. Yeah.
That's a classic.
Love that.
That's a classic.
Mm-hmm.
I got mine from. I actually had to. When they actually rented it at Blockbuster when they first had them, I actually was able to rent it for PlayStation, and it was man, like you said, Game Day. That was
I rented the PlayStation 2 when I was in college and played Madden on it, and you would have thought that I was seeing it in like a real game. my mind almost exploded. I was like, "What the fuck? Oh my god!"
And now you look at it.
God. Now that shit looks like trash. No, we gotta go. We have to ask Saggy. Saggy, what was your first system and what was the first game?
My first system was a Nintendo. Mario Brothers.
Okay.
The first one, the original one.
So
dude, me and my mom played the crap out of Mario Brothers. But you know what? What was it? Was it Mario Brothers 2? No, I think it was Mario Brothers 3. No, I can't remember. The one where at the end you fight the it's like a tank. You fight the tank.
That's 3.
Is it Mario Brothers 3? To this day, I have not beaten Mario Brothers 3. Like, I even tried with the Nintendo Classic we have, because we got a Nintendo Classic and we have an old school Nintendo. But we got the Nintendo Classic and we went camping and we brought it with the TV because we're real campers, right? And we got to the end and I never remember getting to the final stage. And I have not beaten Super Mario Bros. 3.
It's a good game. That's one of my favorite Mario.
It's hard, bro. It's hard.
It was crazy. Like I was like, what? You get to pick up the plants and
that's the thing I love.
The princess can glide the hell out of.
Right. That's the thing I do love about retro games. When you go back and play them, you're like, damn, we're fucking spoiled, bro. Like you go back to those old school games, like the mechanics in those games were so like not bad, but like you really had to like time your jumps and make sure you like these days we are very spoiled with the games we have now. You go back.
Saggy, the thing about Mario 3 back then is we didn't have the internet. So we would talk and we would know, okay, this is where you get the whistle. This is where you get the P-Wing. Like we knew all the secrets to get through that game. So it wasn't that bad when we were kids. But when you play some of the mechanics of some of these games, yes, it is way too hard.
Do you remember that? So I remember doing this when I had a Nintendo 64. You had a call. They had like numbers you can call for help. Like I used that number for Zelda, like the Legend of Zelda, the freaking Ocarina of Time. When I was lost in a dungeon, I'm like, all right, let me call that number. Like, they have, you have to sit there on the phone and have to explain how to get out of the dungeon.
What? You didn't have Game Informer? No.
That is crazy.
Game.
You know what? I secretly think that Where's Django used to work there and used to answer the phone and tell people.
I think he did work at the Nintendo thing. He was definitely he's a little old school. He was saying his first game system, something Magnavox. I don't know what he was saying. So it showed his age. But Raya, one question I wanted to ask earlier when UAG was being rude again was during your PlayStation 1, did you ever listen to the CDs and let the little background just show you your TV? That was the coolest thing.
I was just thinking about that. Yeah,
that was awesome, right?
God. Those and the Windows Media Player backgrounds as well. I love those. Yeah.
Bro, do you guys remember that disc you got with the PlayStation 1?
Oh yeah,
like the one with the dinosaur with the mechanics and the graphics you could do it with. Dude, I used to play with that for hours. I used to make my dinosaur sing.
You should have the demo.
The demo disc was so awesome.
I'm gonna tell you how old I am and what I used to do. You remember Teddy Roxbury?
Yeah, let's spin with it. Yeah.
So it used to have played cassette tapes. I remember one year, like, McDonald's gave a tape of like Tina Turner, and I put that bitch in there and I played the tape. I played the tape through Teddy Roxbury. It was crazy. That was my stereo system when I was a kid.
From McDonald's, you got a tape?
Yeah, I think it was What Love's Got to Do with It. I really think it was that tape, and I don't know why McDonald's had it, but I played it in Teddy Ruxpin.
McDonald's used to give out prizes for the kids.
Yes,
bro. They used to give out mad stuff.
But I don't think they were giving this to no kid. I'm like, why did I get a tape from McDonald's? I want to know that. Was like a promotional thing or something? I don't know.
That's why I think you're making it up.
But, no, it's true.
I got a Barbie tape before from McDonald's Happy Meal.
Really?
You get a little Barbie toy and you get a Barbie tape. Yeah, I got a little Barbie thing.
Oh, never mind. You say the truth then. All right, so these are the only toys I remember. These are the only. Do you remember the Mario Brother toys? They were so cool back then. I remember the little Goomba would like flip, like had a little suction cup.
Twisted, right?
Yes.
Flips.
Yeah. And then remember when they had the food one with like the little nuggets and the little burgers?
I remember that one. The milkshake that looked like turned into like a transformer and shit. Like
I think that's what it was. I remember those were like the cool toys.
Cup, and when you unfold it, it would be like a person, like a little straw thing.
Hey, do you remember the playground? How hot it was? It was all stainless steel. Like, hey, it's hot.
Why
you
got like tree bark on the ground?
Oh,
that's
man.
not weird.
Little days.
Retro Ralph, you told me you used to do that all the time. Don't tell me that. Don't tell me that, bro.
What did he tell you?
He's over here saying that he's making fun of me. He said that was weird. Me listening to Tina Turner on.
Yeah, dude, he still listens to Ariana Grande and stuff to this day. He listens to that music. Nothing wrong with it.
Ariana Grande is great. It's perfect. I love positions.
That's funny. I stereotype UAG. Like I didn't think he listened to that, and that's what he likes. It's cool.
I like all types of music. If you broke into my house, like if I died and someone listened to my playlist, I'd feel some type of way because you'd be like, he's listening to like Adele. Why is he listening to Adele? Why is listening? I listen to everybody. The only music that I don't listen to, and that's. I'm very selective in terms of it is country music. There's every now and then there's a good song that I'll listen to it, but for the most I stick away from that.
I'm literally looking up because I'm curious. Every time I see those sex box, they come in everyone's chat. But like I saw them a lot today. I swear it's a person sometimes because sometimes you be talking about them and then they just start popping up again. But listen, I'm like, has anyone actually gone to that the websites they promote? Because I'm curious where
OTT has it on his favorites.
And don't listen. Are you talking? No.
There's another one there.
I would not click on any of that.
Yeah.
No, I know you're not clicking on it. See how we talk about it? There they go. Look,
you weren't kidding.
It's a person. It's a person. I swear to God, it's a person.
You know,
they laughing right now, like
Listen, sex bot. If you are actually a person, can you just at least type hi to me so I'm not crazy, please?
I don't think it's a person.
I'll stop banning y'all for like a week if y'all come in my chat, please. I just want to make sure you're a person. No, I'm telling you, how is that quiz? I just brought them up and they start typing again, bro.
Wait a minute. What if it's somebody like what if it's like Zodrider? What if it's Zodrider and he just he's trolling us?
Zodrider makes me not look crazy, bro. Because I'm telling you, every time I talk about them and I draw attention, they pop back up. See, they just did it, bro. I'm telling you, it's a person that runs these goddamn accounts. I'm telling you.
When y'all had friends in the Nintendo space, like when y'all had a Nintendo, if you had one, do y'all remember like you go to school and then you have your friends and they're like, hey man, what game you got? You got this game? Hey man, can I borrow that? I bring the other game to you. You know what I mean? And then y'all switch up games.
I was too selfish. I was too selfish.
We played the hell out of Contra.
Nobody would get my games.
Contra
was like, and if somebody had that, you'd be like, hey man, let me just, I give you my own shoes.
I'm just watching.
I would tell you, I was like Raya, so I only got like 2 games a year, 3 games, but I would keep them in the sleeve, and I would like take care of my shit. Like
you're the type of person that probably still had the box.
I had the box,
so
everything.
You put it back into the box and everything. Like,
but I wouldn't put it in the cardboard box, just the sleeves. Even the Super Nintendo had the bottom cover, the clear cover. But it was like I only had so many games and I took care of them. The only reason I had a Sega Genesis also with the Super Nintendo, because like I told you, all right, so the story with the Super Nintendo is my dad talking about a country. He loves horses. He wanted me to love horses. So he gave me a baby horse.
This is the best story.
You could do what you want with it. And so right away, days after that, I saw the Mario World at my friend's house. I told him I want to sell it and get a Super Nintendo. He got so mad because he thought that horse was gonna make me like horses. And he said, "I'll buy you the Super Nintendo, but I'm keeping the horse, whatever, because like some good breed or whatever." But yeah, so my brother was working, and he hooked me up with the Sega Genesis because he I don't know why he bought it for me. He just did. So that's the only reason. But I took care of my stuff. That was just the main point. UAG was spoiled and had everything.
No, first of all, no. Okay, so I was kind of spoiled in a sense, but I always used to get shit like the year later because I don't know, like my parents didn't felt any kind of sense of urgency for anything. Like you'll get it when you get it. I'm like, I need it now. So I get the Master System, then I have to wait for the next year to get a Nintendo. Or I fucking got the Sega Saturn. I'm never happy. I'm like most guys. Like you get something and then, I got it. I want the next thing. I can't help myself.
Yeah, like similar to. Oh, go ahead.
Oh no, go ahead, Raya. Go ahead, Raya.
I was just gonna say, like, yeah, as a kid, like having such little access to these games, and also me just like not realizing like the value of these games, like that would become like over the next few years, and me just trading them in aimlessly to get the next game, kind of made me into like this sort of physical media, advocate. And these days, I'm a little bit more open to the idea of like digital being a way to just more easily access the games, because I've been listening to a lot of different podcasts, and y'all are in the retro gaming space, like you are in the home arcade space. And I see a lot of y'all like, giving up physical media collecting and just, making more space in your house to, be at peace and just play the games like as easily as you can on emulators or whatever, Steam Deck, Mister, etc. Like, and I'm finding that to be like more important, I guess, than like just having like this physical content in your space to make you feel more psychologically secure in yourself. So I'm kind of shifting mindsets a little bit. I used to want to hoard all the Nintendo Switch games, but now I'm just like, I'm focusing more on collecting it than I am on playing it. Let me just actually play this stuff first.
I had that thing with the physical game. I went crazy, and finally one day I was like, man, what the hell am I doing? Like I was getting really into it, and I started buying games I didn't care about because I was trying to like just anything I could get a deal on. I was going to flea markets, doing everything, and it started getting cluttered. So I ended up selling a lot of that stuff. So now with like with things like the Mister that play it fucking perfect, or like even the only thing is these home arcades are taking up a lot of space, and that I just gave up one addiction for another. Like, so it kind of sucks, but it's still I don't miss having all those boxes. Like I sold a lot, and I sold a lot of my stuff cheap, but I haven't got rid of all my physical, but definitely I don't mind it anymore. Like I'm not attached to it, but that's me personally, and I respect people who are collectors and that's what they do, but it's just not my thing anymore. And I know UAG don't care about physical at all.
There's certain things that I do care about. Like there's certain games that I will never buy the digital copy of it. Like there's like movies. Like I have every Marvel movie.
Oh wow!
I won't buy it digitally because I feel like one day that might be a value for at least for my kid. If it's not for me, there's certain things that I just have to have the physical. I will never buy a digital copy of a game. But I am using the Game Pass.
Well, you
I've started to buy digital copies. I would never want to because, like, if you think about it, because places like GameStop still exist. So even though I know GameStop doesn't, I know everyone's screwed with GameStop. It's like at least they're giving you something for the game you're trading in. And like, if you buy a bunch of digital and you trade in your console, guess what? All those games you bought digital, you ain't getting back. Like, you ain't getting nothing for those. So I tend to usually buy physical, but lately I have been buying digital because now, like with PlayStation in particular, like those games you buy, you can still transfer over to the next console as long as you remember your account information. So like, I had a PlayStation 4, I have a PlayStation 5. All of the games that I bought on digital, I can still access on my PlayStation 5. So that's the only thing. It's like, if you want to be able to trade in your games or sell them, go with physical, of course. But if you don't care about that and you just want a game collection that you could play and have, like, I would just say do digital.
There's a question for you.
Oh yeah, I was just gonna say, like, just to like find that happy medium, I've just been focusing on the games I actually will have intention of playing. So yeah, instead of just, aimlessly collecting, like just because it's on sale or something. But anyway, go ahead.
There's a question for you, Raya. They said, what advice do you have for a YouTuber transitioning from retro gaming community to more mainstream, asking for a friend? It seems like I've heard this question before.
I've heard it, and I think I'm gonna hear it in the future again.
Yeah, I guess like what I'm doing personally is I'm networking with a lot of different content creators, and I've been really fortunate to be able to do that. And just my advice to other folks is the too long didn't read. You get what you give, as far as like what you can expect from the community. And when other content creators who are just starting out are not willing to extend support to the communities that they're looking to receive support from, that is something that I give them feedback on, as far as like that is the first step, because I'm not going to support other content creators with the expectation that they'll support me. I go to communities that I genuinely do want to support, and I've just been fortunate to have that support reciprocated, not because of my intention of getting support in return, just because of the quality of the communities that I interact with. So yeah, that's basically that was a huge amount of words just to say, like, go into communities that you want to interact with the intention to support, but not necessarily to receive anything back. And then I don't know, the universe just has a way of like figuring itself out, where folks will see that you're genuinely interested in this topic, and they will come to see what you have to say about that topic.
No, I like the way you worded that, Raya, because
hey, UAG, you doing okay, man? That was pretty good. How she said that was pretty good, man.
I love the way you worded that, Raya, because whenever I made a transition,
go ahead, say it. Go ahead, man.
I didn't say nothing.
All right, because whenever I started like paying attention to this home arcade community, I totally, from the community I started watching these people, and I started supporting like a lot of people. I was in the background, and I was still trying to do my other YouTube over here, but then eventually that interest becomes your content. So like, I like the way you kind of worded that, because that's kind of exactly what happened to me. Like, yeah, support the communities you want to be part of, and that's eventually who you're going to become naturally. So yeah, I think that was, I love that answer. It's awesome. UAG probably went like, look at him.
What the fuck are y'all talking about? Am I high or something?
Go ahead, say it, man.
Thanks, Maddads. Say it, UAG.
Say what?
Whatever Maddads is saying.
Come on, man.
Say it.
So for real. So UAG, man. So back in the day,
say it, man. You gotta say it.
This is why the show happened, y'all.
No.
Oh, go ahead, man. Because I know he does it nice. It's his channel. Go ahead.
I hate when you do this. Why you trying to make me feel like
say it, UAG? Say it.
What did I
do? You just say it. You say it. Come on, you got this. Say it.
You got this, dude. We're here. We're your support.
We're here for you. We say it.
We good though.
Say it.
You know what? Fuck all y'all. That's it. That's what I'm gonna say. Fuck all y'all. Every last one of y'all, motherfucker. Okay? No.
I just wanted you to say it.
Hey, look, more sex bots.
I saw that. Yeah.
Listen.
They
no,
didn't
seriously.
lie to me. I'm very upset.
No. Pretty good though.
What he wanted to say is that the reason why we got into this space and do what we do is because we didn't see representation in terms of ourselves in this space. So what better way to change that than getting involved? And one of the things that we wanted to do on this show is have smaller YouTubers or people who voices haven't been heard to be on our show. So that's why we do what we do.
When you say people who represent you, are you talking about dudes who wear glasses indoors? Because I'm confused.
Pretty much, yes.
Part of the club.
Yes.
Raya knows.
Raya's part of it now.
Just speaking for myself, like, I can only say for my experience and who I gravitate more towards on YouTube, I prefer to watch, other, people of color on YouTube talk about, the interests that I have, like in retro gaming or consumer electronics, etc. And it is a very underrepresented, group of creators on this platform for that. I've just been fortunate enough to meet a whole bunch of y'all to interact with, but it's such a small corner of the internet that I find,
It was the fat.
Yeah, I wanted to thank you all for that, and making space for me to be a part of your community and to be on my channel too. So I'm really
grateful.
We're people
of color.
That was my point of my
we're people of color. I'm black.
What?
What?
Oh, I'm black.
I didn't know.
So
I didn't know that.
I'm a person of color. God, wait. I'm finding things out for the first time. I don't know. Hold on, I didn't know I was black. Hold on, that hit me hard. That hit me.
Oh man,
that hit me. I didn't know. Nobody told me.
Oh man.
Nobody
I think that term can mean anything though these days.
I'm black.
Hey, it's so funny because this is a story, and I know it's gonna sound bad, but so my friend Bo, right? He has a kid, and it's mixed, right? So like the mom's white, and my friend Bo is black. So like one day he told him, like, he said something, you're black, son, right? And he got mad. No, I'm not. And it was like funny because he had to like teach her. Well, now that he's like in high school, he loves his like being mixed. Like he loves it. He gets all the girls' attention, and he brings that up. You remember when you didn't like being mixed when you were a kid? So he brings that up. But it's hilarious. You gotta see this guy because he's one of those. He's a little kid. He's still little, but damn, he gets
little. He's in high school. Well, I forgot that you're old as fuck, so you don't.
What would you say?
That's what most of our channels are, man. Most of our channels are. My channel was supposed to be like, hey, I'm gonna just help anybody. It doesn't matter who they are, what they look like, whatever it is. I was just gonna help anybody to come up. And you see him over to the left, or right, or whatever you call that. He came up to me one day and it was like, hey man, we should do something. You want to deal with me? And then I was like, oh, cool, man, we can do this. And then everything just started happening from there. So I mean, anybody that you meet, like, you just never know who's gonna be, what they're gonna be like, because you just see them in your little groups and everything. But most of the people that's in the groups, they're all cool. It's like your friends outside of real life. Friends that are here for you. So I'm just saying, y'all always disrespect everybody. You know how I'm about
you ain't
that.
Never disrespect nobody.
Yeah, I don't though. I ain't gonna lie, except for it piss me off and I leave the show or something. But other than that, we're good.
Ooh, there's a story here. I love it. Let's go. Drama time. What happened?
Huh?
Whose ass I'm whooping?
You can watch the
Whose
stream.
ass I'm whooping? I'm whooping ass for you. Let's go. I just met you. I want to fight somebody for you. Let's go.
Hey, Saggy, the person to call.
Hey, that's good. I subscribed to both of y'all. I didn't even know I wasn't.
Yeah, first of all, let me tell you something right now. If you haven't done so already, in the description down below, go show these girls some loves. They're awesome, authentic, cool ass people. You can't find people like this.
Got in here?
Got 60.
All 53. It should be 50. Well, I mean, I already did it,
So make sure you show them some love. With that being said, I think it's time to wrap it up. We've been going for a little bit. Do you guys have anything that y'all want to throw and tell us? We'll start with you, Raya. Let the people know where they can follow you and what you got to say.
Yeah, you can find me on YouTube. And just type in youtube.com/Raya with 4 A's. That's my custom URL. You could also type in the Glimmercast and catch up on some past episodes with that of my podcasts, some of which have featured OTG and UAG as well. So yeah, also I'm on Twitter, Raya Glimmering Harpy. You can check me out there. And I do video game news, TV, film discussions, and yeah, just a fun time overall on my channel.
Awesome. Saggy, go ahead, holla at us.
I love Raya. So yeah, Saggy Melons with a Z, like this, like the Z. Okay, don't type it with the S because there are, for some reason, actual Saggy Melons on YouTube. Don't ask me why. But I do drama on my channel, and like 90% of the time when you come to it, you'll have no idea what I'm talking about or bitching about, but people are there just to see me roast people. So there you go. That's what I do. That's what I do on my channel. Thank you guys for having me. This was really fun, and love being anywhere Raya is with her cool stuff.
Yeah, you're awesome. Hey, I had private messages that told me, we want Saggy, we want more Saggy, we want Raya. Like, they liked y'all, so Definitely.
Y'all gonna have to be up on it.
Yeah,
you have to come by again, like for real.
Make this a thing. Y'all come every now and then because we love having a conversation with you guys, especially when it's not like you're talking to you guys know your shit, so that means a lot.
Yeah.
Thank you for having us.
Also, yes, console fanboy. I won't roast you, but you clearly missed it when I said I'd whoop your ass in video game and fighting games. So
he may like you to roast him. Like console fanboy may like that.
He's into some kinky stuff, man. He told me about
you have a song
fried chicken skin.
That got so dark, and now I'm not gonna stop. When people tell me to stop, I do the opposite.
I love it. Anyway, guys, that's our show for this week. If you like what you saw, give us a thumbs up on the way out. Make sure you check in on us this Saturday because we have some things going for the Mets. Anyway, guys, love you all. And as always, keep gaming, guys.
Peace.